Hello and welcome to Pabbly. So today we will be discussing the top 10 automations that you can set up related to Google Slides using Pabbly Connect. So Google Slides is one of the most popular platforms to create online slides, presentations and documents. And here we will be discussing the things how you can automate these tasks related to Google Slides as well. Whether it can be creating a slide or document on form submissions automatically or creating these documents in bulk from the data which you have in a Google Sheet or any other database. Also, you can create some presentations, some slides from the user details and automatically send them using these automation on WhatsApp, email or SMS. All of these processes can be automated. So now let's start with this process and understand in a step-by-step guide, in a step-by-step process that how you can use or set up these kind of automations related to Google Slides using Pabbly Connect.
Hello everyone. So in this video, we will learn to create Google Slides from Google Forms. So imagine this, you are a teacher and you want to hand over certificates generated from Google Slides when a student submits his response in Google Forms. So here you have two choices. The first choice is you can copy all the details of the student from Google Forms, sort it out and manually create a certificate from Google Slides. Now this approach is very repetitive and tiresome considering you have many students. So here I would suggest that you bring in some automation so that whenever a new response is generated in Google Forms, it will automatically create a slide in Google Slide. So in this video, we will be using Pabbly Connect to integrate Google Forms and Google Slides. The best part of using Pabbly Connect is there is no need for coding skills or programming knowledge. It can be done easily. Let me show you on my screen. Okay, so we will begin with a small example. So this is my Google form and I have titled it as Pledge to Donate Eyes. So basically the idea is that whoever fills this form, he will be getting a certificate that is made in Google Slides. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to fill in some details. So these are the details. So the name of the guy is Lucen William and this is his email fortmotors123@gmail.com and this is his roll number. So his roll number is 25 and his class is 10th. Okay, so these are the details of the guy and of course this is the mobile number. So when I click on submit, I can expect to find a newly created certificate about this guy. Okay, so let me just click on submit. Okay, so a form submission has been made, a guy called as Lucen William. So let's have a look. Do we have made a certificate? Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to check into the folder. Okay, so this is the certificate that Lucen William will be getting if I send him. Okay, so this is the certificate for Lucen William. Congratulations, Lucen William, for volunteering to donate eyes. Keep up the great work. This is the roll number, this is the class, and this is the time. Okay, so basically this is what we plan to do. Anytime a new form submission is made in Google Forms, it will be reflected as a certificate that is made from a template in Google Slide. So to begin the process, just in the new browser, in a new tab, just type pabbly.com. Okay, so your obvious question is, why are we working with the incognito mode? So the answer is very simple. The integration of Google Forms and Google Slides will involve creation of a Google Sheet. Now, if you're working with Google Sheet and also if you're working with Pabbly Connect, there will be some authentication issues if you have multiple Gmail accounts. So it is always advisable to work with incognito mode if you're working with Google Sheets and Pabbly Connect. So let me just click on sign in. Okay, so this is the dashboard of Pabbly Connect. As you can see, I already have made an account in Pabbly Connect. You can also build your own free account in just 2 minutes. So just scroll down and here you will find Connect. Just click on Access Now. Okay, so at the top right corner, you will find a button, Create Workflow. Click this. A dialog box appears in front of you. It is asking you to give a name to this workflow. I'm going to give it as Google Forms to Google Slides. And then just click on create. Okay, so when you click on create, a window appears in front of you. This is called as the trigger window. So in the choose app, how about we make it as Google Forms, because we want to send the data from Google Forms. That is why Google Forms. And in the trigger event, how about we make it as new response in spreadsheet? Okay, so new response in spreadsheet is a trigger event. So your obvious question is, what is a trigger event? Trigger is basically a if statement. It asks a question, if the condition is met, what should be done? For example, if a new response is made in Google Forms, then what action should be taken by the system? Now there is something you should know. The trigger event is showing it as new response in spreadsheet. So your obvious question is, it should be something like a new response in Google Forms or new lead generated in Google Forms, something related to Google Forms. Why it is showing it as new response in spreadsheet? The answer is very simple. the response created or the response generated in Google Forms always goes directly to Google Sheets. So from that particular Google Sheets, we will be capturing the data to send it to third-party apps like Google Slides. So what we are going to do here is, let me just take you to newly created Google Forms. So this is a newly created Google form that I have made. Okay, so the title is Clothes Donation for the Needy. And these are the same, nearly the same fields we have: name, email, phone number, roll number, class. Okay, so basically these are all the same details. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to scroll down, and in the last field I'm just going to toggle this to the right. Okay, so basically I'm going to ensure that this particular field is required to fill in the form. So this will basically act as a trigger. So your obvious question is, trigger for what? So let me just take you to up, and let me just click on response. So basically what we're going to do here is we are just going to create a new spreadsheet. So let me do that. Let me just create a new spreadsheet. Okay, so when we click on this icon, we have two choices: create a new spreadsheet, select existing spreadsheet. And we are going with this one to create a new spreadsheet. And this is the title we have. The default title is Clothes Donation for the Needy. Of course, you can change it according to your discretion, but I am going with this one, Clothes Donation for the Needy. So let me just click on create. Okay, so a sheet is being created. Okay, so this is the Google Sheet for this particular form, and it has the same data fields that this form has. For example, name, email, phone number, roll number, and of course the class. Okay, so basically it has the same fields, but in addition we also have one more columns, that is the timestamp. So timestamp is basically the time at which the response will be filled. Okay, so we have the field, so we have the columns associated with these fields. Okay, so the next stage is we are basically going to integrate this particular Google Sheet to Pabbly Connect. So to do that, let me just click on add-ons. Okay, so as you can see in the add-ons, you will find Pabbly Connect Webhooks. Pabbly Connect Webhook is an add-on that I have installed in my system. Now, since you are beginning fresh, Pabbly Connect Webhooks might not have been installed yet. So what you have to do is just click on Get Add-ons. Okay, so when you click on Get Add-ons, Google Workspace Marketplace opens up. So in the search, all you have to do is just type Pabbly Connect Webhooks. Pabbly Connect Webhooks. Okay, so as you can see, Pabbly Connect Webhook is already installed in my system. All you have to do is click on this button, and Pabbly Connect Webhooks will be installed as an add-on in your Google Sheet also. Now, after installing Pabbly Connect Webhooks, do not forget to refresh your Google Sheets. I repeat again, after installing Pabbly Connect Webhook, do not forget to refresh your Google Sheet. So let me just cancel this. Go back to add-ons and click on Pabbly Connect Webhooks. Now, before we go there, let me just tell you something. So as you can see, as I mentioned before, the last field is the class. Okay, so basically when this particular field will be filled, it will send the data to our Google Sheet. Similarly, we have the last column, okay, as F. So F is our last data entry column. Beyond this, there is no column for data entry. Okay, so remember this. It's something important you have to know. And let me just click on initial setup. Okay, so this is the window of initial setup. So here we have to fill in two blanks, the webhook URL as well as the trigger column. Now coming to the trigger column, as I mentioned, the last data entry column is always the trigger column. Now the last data entry column is column F. So I'm going to mention the trigger column as F. So the idea is that whenever this column is filled, it will send the data to Pabbly Connect. Now coming to the webhook URL. So to get the webhook URL, let me go to Pabbly Connect and copy this. This is the webhook URL you want. Copy this and simply paste it here. Okay, so we have entered the webhook URL. So let me just click on submit to just minimize this window. Okay, so the window is gone. Let me just go back to add-on once more, click on Pabbly Connect Webhook and just click on send on event. So this will ensure that whenever the horizontal rows of this particular column, that is column F, is filled, it will keep sending on the data. So basically at this point, we have integrated this particular Google Sheet to Pabbly Connect. So this means that whenever column F is filled, the data will be sent to Pabbly Connect. So as to ensure that Pabbly Connect captures this data, let me go to Pabbly Connect and let me just click on this button, capture webhook response. Click this. Okay, so it is showing it is waiting for the data. So what we're going to do here is I'm just going back to my form. Okay, and just I'm going to click on preview. Okay, so we are going to fill in some detail. So these are the details. So the guy's name is Tom Cruise. So this is the email of Tom Cruise. This is the phone number. The roll number of Tom Cruise is at 45 and he is in 8th class. Okay, no, 8th class. Yeah, he's in 8th class. So let me just click on submit. Okay, so a form submission has been made by a guy called as Tom Cruise, and he is willing to donate as much as clothes that is possible. So he is going to get a certificate that is going to be built by me. Okay, so let me see whether Pabbly Connect has captured this data or not. Okay, but before that, let us check whether this data, the response of Tom Cruise, is available in our Google Sheet. Okay, yes, we do have the details. So this is the name, Tom Cruise, this is the email, this is the phone number, this is the roll number, and of course this is the class. Now all the details has been entered, the trigger column has also been fixed, so the trigger column has also been filled. So let's have a look whether Pabbly Connect has captured this data or not. Okay, so it is showing it is waiting for the data. Give it 1 or 2 seconds. Okay, so it is showing it is all the data has been received. So the name is Tom Cruise. This is the email, tomcruise1234@gmail.com. This is the phone number, this is the roll number, and this is of course the class. So basically we have got all the details. So now from these details we are going to create a certificate from Google Slides. Now to deal with Google Slide, let me introduce you to another window. So this is called as the action window. So here we are going to just type Google Slides. Google Slides it is. Okay, Google Slides. Now in the action event, how about we make it as create presentation from template. So create presentation from a template is an action event. So at present we only have one action event, that is create presentation from template. Now in case, just like the triggers, if you want more action event according to your choice, you can make a request to our team at admin@pabbly.com to custom build an action event for you. But at present we just want to create a presentation from the template. So let me just click on connect with Google Slides. In the new credentials, let me just click on connect with Google Slide. Okay, so this Google Slide, all the Google Slide is present in this particular Gmail account. So I'm selecting this one. Okay, so it is asking me to confirm my choice. Now, before I click on allow, let me tell you something. Pabbly Connect doesn't take any chances with your data. Your data is 100% safe and secure with us. Okay, so on the basis of that trust, just press allow. Okay, so it is showing the authorization is successful. Just press OK. Okay, so as you can see, we have 3 blanks in front of you: template presentation, title of new presentation, and new presentation location. So we will deal with that individually, but first what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to take you to my Google Slides. So these are my Google Slides. Okay, so as you can see, what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to go to the template gallery, and I'm going to, since we are going to create a certificate, so I'm just going to select this particular one. Okay, so we are going to deal with certificates, that is why. Okay, now of course you can outsource many other certificates according to your choice and paste it here, but I'm just going to deal with a normal simple slide that we have in our Google Slides. And so how about we go with this one? Nope. How about we go with this one? Okay, so this is looking neat. So I have selected this one. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to change the name. Okay, at present it is a student certificate. So we are going to change it as clothes donation pledge certificate. Okay, so this is the name, clothes donation pledge certificate. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to Pabbly Connect and I'm going to refresh this. So when I click on refresh, I can expect to find this newly created slide, that is clothes donation pledge certificate, in the drop down. So let me just see. Yes, we do have a newly created template presentation, that is clothes donation pledge certificate. So basically using this slide, we are going to create a new certificate. Okay, easy. Okay, so now coming to the title of the new presentation. Okay, so how about we make some changes in this particular slide? So it is not really looking appropriate. So I'm just going to remove this. And I'm going to make congratulations a bit bigger. Okay, 25, 26, 27. Okay, so we have to also increase this side, right? Okay, so and how about we change some colors? Okay, so this is the color. So how about we go with black? Okay, bold it. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is next, I'm just going to remove this. And here the idea is that the student name will come, right? So I'm just going to introduce you to dynamic tags. So all you have to do is enter two pairs of curly brackets. Okay, 2 pairs of curly brackets. And here I'm just going to add a name. Okay, name it is. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to Pabbly Connect. Okay, and I'm going to refresh this. So there will be a magic. Okay, so there will be a magic. So before I show you the magic, there is something I need to show you. So at present we only have 3 blanks. So when I click on refresh, we can find 4. Okay, so let me just refresh this. Okay, so as you can see, we have 4 blanks now. That is, we have one additional blank that is for the name. So this is because we have created a tag. So basically the field that the tag that is present here is now instantly available here. Okay, so you get the point. Okay, so for volunteering to donate clothes, donate the clothes for poor. Okay, so that's done. And I'm planning to change the color. I don't like the color, so how about we go with white, and I'm just going to bold it. Okay, yeah, it's looking good. For volunteering to donate the clothes for the poor, keep up the good work. Now what we are going to do here is I'm just going to remove all of this. Okay, and I'm going to introduce some more tags. So here I'm just going to type roll number, roll number, roll number. Okay, and here I'm just going to type roll. Okay, okay, so we have added one more dynamic tag, that is roll number. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going back to my Pabbly Connect. Okay, and I'm going to refresh this time we can expect to find a newly created field, that is roll number, in here. Okay, so yeah, roll number it is. I don't like the name, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going back and roll number double L. Okay, and let me just refresh this once again. So it will be roll number double L. Okay, and then we are going to introduce 2 more fields, that is one for class and one for timestamp. Okay, okay, so as you can see, we do have the field called as the roll number, okay, with double L. And my point is very simple, that any variation that you are going to bring here, it will be reflected here. Okay, this is because Google Slide is now integrated with Pabbly Connect. Okay, so now we are going to introduce 2 more fields, for one for class. It's not really necessary, but I'm just showing you. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to okay, bring this roll number to the extreme left, and here I'm just going to type class. Okay, enter 2 pairs of curly brackets, and here in the class just type class. Okay, and in the extreme right we are going with the date. Okay, two pairs of curly bracket inside the date field. Again we are going to enter date. Okay, I think we are ready, and I think we should bold it, and also if possible change the color to yellow. That would do good. I think the size should also be increased, so I'm just going to increase their size a bit. Okay, I think my point is very simple, that other than introducing dynamic tags, you have to do some kind of formatting, okay, until you get it right. So I really don't like the color actually, so I'm going with the white, or how about we go with black. Okay, black is still much better. Okay, so okay, and we are going to increase the size. Nope, that won't work. Okay, it will consume the space. So I think it's quite good at this point. Okay, so let me just go to Pabbly Connect and let me just refresh this. So at present we only have 2 fields, that is name and roll number. So when we click on refresh, I can find this newly created field, that is the class as well as the date. Okay, so we have all those fields. Excellent. So basically we are going to map all the details here, and it will be created as a perfect certificate. Okay, easy. Okay, now there is something else. How about we deal with the title of the new presentation? Now before we deal with the title of the new presentation, how about we create a new location, that is basically the place at which these certificates will be stored. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just taking you to my drive. Okay, and this is my Google Drive, and I'm going to introduce you to a new folder. So the folder name is clothes, donation, pledge, certificates. So the idea is very simple, that whenever a new certificate will be created after a guy has submitted a form in Google Forms, the certificate will be stored here. Okay, so let me just click on create. Okay, so a new folder called as close donation pledge certificates has been created. So the certificates will be found here. Okay, so that's the idea. So let me go back to Pabbly Connect and let me just refresh this. Okay, so I can expect to find this newly created folder here. Okay, clothes donation pledge certificate. So we have selected the location. Now coming to the title of the new presentation. So what is the title? So this is basically our title. Let me just take you to my Google Slides homepage. So these are the titles: Lucent William 25x, I donation pledge. All of them are basically slides. Okay, so we are going to give a new title. So let me just go to Pabbly Connect, and the idea is that we are going to give the name of the student, the roll number of the student, and as well as the class. So it will be a very unique title for each student. So the name is Tom Cruise. Enter a dash, and then we are going to go with the roll number. Enter a dash, and then we are going with the class, that is 8th. Okay, so this will be the title of the presentation. Now coming to the name, so let's start mapping the details, that is the name, roll number, class, as well as the date. Now before we do that, let me just deal with the date first. So this is our date. So as you can see, this is kind of looking clumsy. Okay, so this is for 30th of March 2021, but certificates don't have this kind of dates. So what I'm going to do here is we are going to format this date into a human readable one. So we want the date as something like day, month, and year, something that we can really understand, not this clumsy font. Okay, so we are going to introduce date time formatter. Okay, this is the one we want, and we just want to format date only. So we have selected format date only, then click on connect with date time formatter. Now coming to the date, so we are just going to introduce you to this button. This is called as the mapping button. When we click this, we will find the date. So this is the date, and we want to change the format as day, month, and year. Okay, so this is the one we want. Okay, so let me just do that. Let me just click on save and send test request. Okay, so this is the result, that is 30th of March 2021. Okay, so to get this detail here, we basically have to refresh this. Okay, so let me just again click on save. Okay, so now we are ready. So let's start mapping. So this is the name, that is Tom Cruise. So basically the name, that is Tom Cruise, will come here. Okay, easy. Then we have the roll number. The roll number is this. So basically this particular detail will come here. So roll number will come here. Then we have the class. So the class is 8th. So this particular detail will come here. Okay, and then we have the date. So let me just remove this clumsy date, and let me just introduce the lovely one. So this is the one. Okay, so when I click on save and send test request, we will be creating a new certificate. So let me just do that. Let me just click on save and send test request. Okay, so the API response is showing that the certificate has been created. So the idea is very simple. Okay, so let me just explain you this once again. So using this template, we have created a new certificate. So this will be the title of the certificate, and the certificate will be found in this particular folder. Okay, so we will have all those details in the certificate. Okay, so let me just take you to my drive. So this is the folder. So let me just explore this. So as you can see, we do have the title Tom Cruise 45. This is the roll number, and this is the class. So let me just show you the certificate. Yes, so this is the certificate. Congratulations, Tom Cruise, for volunteering to donate the clothes for poor. Keep up the great work. Okay, so this is the roll number, this is the class, and this is the date, of course. So the presence of this certificate shows that we have successfully integrated Google Forms and Google Slide with help of Pabbly Connect. So now, before I end this, let me just explain you the whole mechanism in a nutshell. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to minimize this action window, and I'm going to minimize this trigger window, and I'm going to minimize this trigger window. So basically, this is the whole process in a nutshell. First, you integrated Google Forms to Pabbly Connect, and then you have integrated, then you have actually used the datetime formatter. So basically, the purpose of the datetime formatter was that we had a very clumsy datetime format, and we have converted into a human readable one. Now, using Google Slides, we have created an awesome certificate, and these are the details that is inputted into the certificate. Excellent. Hello everyone. So in this video, we will learn how to create slides from Google Sheets. So imagine this, you are using Google Sheets to store data, and using the data from Google Sheets, you want to create a presentation using Google Slides. So here you have two choices. You can copy all the details from Google Sheets, sort it out, and manually create a presentation in Google Slide. This approach is very repetitive and tiresome. So I suggest that you bring in some automation so that when a new data is added in Google Sheets, it will automatically create a slide in Google Slide. So in this video, we will be using Pabbly Connect to integrate Google Sheets and Google Slides. The best part of using Pabbly Connect is there is no need for coding skills or programming knowledge. It can be done easily. Let me show you on my screen. Okay, so we will begin with a small example. So as you can see, this is my Google Sheet and I'm going to fill in some detail. So the details are C basics tutorial, something just random basics, C basics tutorials. Okay, and this is presented by Tony Stark himself. Okay, and the first title of the title of the first slide is what is C. Okay, and this is the subtitle. This is the title 2, that is the second slide, uses of C. Okay, uses of C, and this is subtitle 2. Okay, so we have entered our second subtitle. So let's have a look in our Google Drive. Do we have a slide? So let me just refresh this. Okay, so yes, we do have a slide. Okay, we do have a presentation, C basics tutorial. So let's explore that. Okay, so this is our tutorial, C basic tutorials, and this is presented by Tony Stark. And let's explore the first slide. So this is our first slide, what is C, and this is the subtitle. Okay, and then we have the third slide. Okay, uses of C, and these are the uses of C. Excellent. So basically this is what we plan to do. Anytime data entry is made in our Google Sheets, it will be reflected as a slide in Google Slide. Excellent. Okay, so to begin the process, first type pabbly.com in your browser. Pabbly.com, press enter. Okay, so this is the website of pabbly.com. Here, just click on sign in. Okay, so you have one question, why I am working on incognito mode. So this is because if you're working with Google Sheets and Pabbly Connect and have multiple Gmail accounts, there will be trouble with authentication. So it is always advisable, if you have multiple Gmail accounts and if you are integrating Google Sheets and Pabbly Connect, always use incognito mode. Okay, so this is the dashboard of Pabbly Connect. As you can see, I already have made an account in Pabbly Connect. You can also build your own free account in just 2 minutes. So just scroll down and here you will find Connect. Just click on Access Now. At the top right corner, you will find a button, Create Workflow. Click this. A dialog box appears in front of you. It is asking you to give a name to this workflow. I'm going to give it as Google Sheets to Google Slides. Google Sheets to Google Slides. And then just click on Create. Okay, so when you click on Create, a window appears in front of you. This is called as the trigger window. So in the Choose app, how about we make it as Google Sheets? Google Sheets. Okay, Google Sheets, because we want to send the data from Google Sheets, that is why. So now in the trigger event, how about we make it as New Spreadsheet Row? Okay, so new spreadsheet row is a trigger event. So your obvious question is, what is a trigger event? Trigger is basically a if statement. It asks a question, if the condition is met, what should be done? For example, if a new row is made in Google Sheet, then what action should be taken by the system? At present, we are just trying to send the data when a new row is created in Google Sheet. Now, in case if you want more triggers of your choice, you can make a request to our team at admin@pabbly.com to custom build a trigger event for you. So what I'm trying to do here is I'm going to integrate Google Sheets to Pabbly Connect. So let me just take you to a newly created Google Sheet. So as you can see, this is a newly created Google Sheet, and these are the columns we have: topic, presented by, title slide 1, subtitle 1, title slide 2, and subtitle 2. So basically it's a copy of this particular sheet, but for your consideration, I have made a new Google Sheet. Okay, and the title of the sheet is Slides Creator. Okay, excellent. So what we're planning to do here is, if the data entry is made up to the column F, the data will be sent to Pabbly Connect. So what I'm going to do here is, first of all, I'm just going to click on add-ons. Okay, so when you click on add-ons, you will find an add-on called as Pabbly Connect Webhooks. Now, Pabbly Connect Webhook is an add-on that is installed in my system. Now, since you're beginning fresh, Pabbly Connect Webhooks might not have been installed yet. So what you have to do is, you have to just click on Get Add-ons. Click this. Okay, so when you click on Get Add-ons, Google Workspace Marketplace opens up. So in the search, how about we just type Pabbly Connect Webhooks. Click this. Okay, so as you can see, Pabbly Connect Webhooks is already installed. All you have to do is just click on this button and Pabbly Connect Webhooks will be installed in your system too. Now, there is something you should know. After installing Pabbly Connect Webhooks, do not forget to refresh your Google Sheets. I repeat again, after installing Pabbly Connect Webhooks, do not forget to refresh your Google Sheet. So let me just close this, go back to add-ons, Pabbly Connect Webhooks, and just click on Initial Setup. Okay, so when you click on initial setup, a window appears in front of you. So it has two blanks to fill, the webhook URL as well as the trigger column. So we will deal with the trigger column. So as you may remember, the last data entry column was column F. Let me just remove this. Okay, so as you can see, the last data entry column is column F. So basically the last data entry column is always the trigger column. Okay, did you get it? So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going back to initial setup and I'm going to mention the trigger column as F. Okay, now coming to the webhook URL. So to get the webhook URL, let's go to Pabbly Connect and copy this. This is the webhook URL you want. Copy this and simply paste it here. Okay, so we have entered the webhook URL. So let me just click on submit. Okay, so submission has been made. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going back to add-ons, clicking on Pabbly Connect webhooks and just click on send on event. So this will ensure that anytime column F is filled, doesn't matter which row it is, it will keep sending on the data. And since Pabbly Connect is integrated with this particular sheet, Pabbly Connect has to capture the data. So as to ensure that Pabbly Connect captures this data, let me just click on this button, capture webhook response. Click this. Okay, so it is showing it is waiting for the data. So how about we make some entries here? So the topic is Tesla cars. Okay, so this topic is presented by Elon Musk himself. And the title slide is Why Tesla? Okay, and this is the subtitle. Okay, so we have entered our first subtitle and then we are going to work on the title of the second slide. So the title of the second slide is Why Tesla is not cheap. Okay, so this is the second slide title, Why Tesla is not cheap. Okay, so we are going to get the subtitle too. Okay, so that is basically our trigger column. So when this is filled, it will send the data to Pabbly Connect. So let's enter subtitle 2. Okay, so we have entered the subtitle 2. So basically we have filled all the details. Okay, so let's have a look whether Pabbly Connect has captured this data or not. Okay, so as you can see, we do have the data. Okay, so these are the details we have. The topic is Tesla car. So it is presented by Elon Musk. Okay, so this is presented by Elon Musk. And the title slide 1. So basically this will be the one for creating the slide 1 title, Why Tesla. Okay, so Why Tesla, and this is the subtitle. So we have got the whole subtitle. Okay, excellent. Now we have the subtitle 2 as well as the title slide 2. So these are the title slide 2 and the subtitle 2. So basically using these information, we are going to create a slide. So to create a slide in Google Slide, first of all, let me just introduce you to another window. So this is called as the action window. So here we are just going to type Google Slides. Okay, so click here. Now in the action event, how about we make it as create presentation from template? Okay, so create presentation from template is an action event. There is only one action event, that is create presentation from template. Now in case, just like the triggers, if you want more action event according to your choice, you can make a request to our team at admin@pabbly.com to custom build an action event for you. But at present, I just want to create a presentation from a template. So let me just click on connect with Google Slide, the new credentials, let me just click on connect with Google Slide. Okay, so it is asking me to choose an account, so I'm going with this one. So this is the account that I'm interested in, so let me just click on allow. Okay, excellent. So it is showing the authorization is successful. Just press OK. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take you to my Google Slides. So these are my Google Slides we have. Okay, so at present in Pabbly Connect, it is showing all the presentation that is present in my Google Slides. Okay, so these are all the presentation that is present here. Okay, all the presentation that is present here is being simply reflected here because Google Slide is now integrated with Pabbly Connect. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to create a new presentation. So I'm selecting the blank. Okay, so we are starting with the blank and I'm going to work on, how about this one? Nope. So this one, no. So the theme I want is something, should look something really good. So how about this one? Okay, so we are going to work with this one. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to give a name to this presentation. So slide creation template 007. Okay, so this is the template. Okay, slide creation template 007. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going back to Pabbly Connect and I'm going to refresh this. So we will have the name called as slide creation template 007 in the drop down. So yes, we do have it. So we have selected it. So what I'm going to do here is from this particular template, we are going to create our slides. Okay, so this will be our prototype. So what I'm going to do here is next is we have two blanks. That is the title of the new presentation and new presentation's location. So we will deal with that later. Okay, so now let me just go back to my slide And let me introduce you to dynamic tags. So I'm going to enter a pair of curly brackets. Okay, so two pair of curly brackets, one enclosed in the other, and here I'm just going to type title. I'm sorry. Okay, title, and I'm going to enclose present this title in just in the middle. Okay, so we have we have ensured that the title will be in the middle. Okay, so now coming to the subtitle. Okay, so coming to the subtitle, we are going to make sure that there is a in the subtitle there will be the name of the person. Okay, so the person's name. I'm sorry, the alignment is wrong. Okay, so now the alignment is right. Okay, presented by, and here we are just going to again enter two pairs of curly brackets, and inside the curly brackets we are going to make sure we have presented by. Okay, so let's explore. You will understand in a minute what I have done. Okay, so I think this thing should be a bit bigger. Okay, presented by. Okay, so let's have a look now, or I think there should be a space also. Okay, let's see in our Pabbly Connect. So let me just refresh this. Okay, so we have made some changes in our slide. So let's have a look. Yes, we do have some changes. So basically we have introduced dynamic tags. Okay, so two dynamic tags, one for title, another for presented by. The same is being reflected as fields. Okay, so basically we are going to map in the name of the title. Okay, and here we are going to map in the person's name who is going to present the slide. In our case, it's Elon Musk. Okay, so we are so lucky. Okay, so now coming to the next part. So we are going to create slides. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to create one more. Okay, so here also we are going to enter some dynamic tags. So the idea is very simple. So here this will come, that is title slide 1. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to enter more dynamic slide. Okay, pair of curly brackets and title slide 1. Okay, that will do, and I'm going to make sure that this comes in the middle. Okay, so this is in the middle. Now coming to the subtitle, again enter a pair of curly brackets, double pair of curly brackets, and here, so this time the subtitle 1 will come. Okay, so that's the idea, subtitle 1 will come. So subtitle 1. Okay, so that's done, and we can also bring them into middle if you want. Okay, so is it necessary? No, so I don't think it's necessary. Okay, let's bring it into middle. Okay, so the title as well as the subtitle is in the middle. Okay, so how about we introduce one more slide? Okay, so we are going to introduce one more slide. So one more slide it is. Okay, so it is title slide. Okay, title slide 2, pair of curly brackets, and I'm going to push them towards the center. And similarly for the subtitles 2. Okay, pair of curly brackets, and I'm going to push them towards the middle. Okay, so that's ready. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is we are going to look whether we have the changes. Okay, since we have introduced 4 dynamic tags, let's see whether we have extra 4 fields. So yes, we do have the extra 4 fields, that is subtitles 2, title slide 2, subtitle 1, title slide 1, and of course the original ones, that is presented by as well as the title. Okay, so what we're going to do here is so for all individual newly created slides, we are going to give a name to the slides. So the title of the new presentation slide, I'm going to give the name of the slide as well as the presenter. So the name of the title should be something like topic Tesla car, enter a dash, and presented by Elon Musk. Okay, so basically this will happen. Okay, so let me just take you to the slides. Okay, so I will just explain you what is the meaning of title of the slide. So these are the title of the slides. Okay, so let me just show you. So there's, for example, C++ programming basic, template for slide, all of them are called as the title of the slide. Okay, so basically that's what we are planning to do. So when a new slide will be created, the title will be Tesla car presented by Elon Musk. Okay, so now coming to the part called as new presentation location. So basically in our Google Drive, we have to create a folder. Okay, so that in this folder there will be these newly created slides. So what I'm going to do here is, this is my Google Drive. Okay, so let me just click on new, and I'm going to insert a new folder. Okay, new slides created. Okay, by automation. Okay, so this will be the title, new slides created by automation. And let me just click on create. Okay, so let me just go to Pabbly Connect and let me just refresh this. So I can expect to find this newly created folder in the dropdown. So this is the one. So basically the idea is that whenever a new slide will be created, it will be found in this particular folder. So as you can see, this is the folder. Let me just take you to my drive. So as you can see, this is the folder, new slides created by automation. Okay, so what we are planning to do here is we will be introducing our newly created slides in this particular folder. So let me take you to Pabbly Connect and let's start creating the slides. Okay, so here we have the mapping button, and from the mapping button, we are going to map all the details. So the title is Tesla car, and this is presented by Elon Musk. Okay, so Elon Musk, and this is the title slide 1, so why Tesla, and this is the subtitle. So this is the subtitle and we have mapped it. Then we have title slide 2, so this is the title slide 2 and we have mapped it. Similarly for the subtitle, we are going to map in the subtitle. Excellent. So let me just click on save and send test request. Okay, so the API response is showing the data has been sent. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to take you to my drive. Okay, and as you can see, the slide is present. So let's explore. Okay, so this is showing Tesla car presented by Elon Musk. So let's have a look in the next slide, why Tesla. So this is the subtitle, and then we have the second slide, why Tesla is not cheap, and this is the subtitle. Excellent. So this means our integration is working absolutely fine. This means we have successfully integrated Google Sheets and Google Slides with help of Pabbly Connect. So before we end this, let me just take you to Pabbly Connect and let me just explain you the whole mechanism in a nutshell. So I'm going to minimize my action window and I'm going to minimize my trigger window. So basically this is the whole process in a nutshell. First you integrated Google Sheets to Pabbly Connect, and then you have integrated Pabbly Connect to Google Slides. So now there's a perfect flow of data between Google Sheets and Google Slides. Excellent.
Hello everyone. In this video, we will be generating lot of PDF certificates automatically from the data that is added inside our Google Sheet file. So let's imagine you have to generate 100 certificates for all the participants who have participated in one of your events. And you have a list of all the participants who have participated in your Google Sheet file. And effectively you want to issue them a certificate with dynamic name and a specific event in which they have participated within your entire event that was happening. So let me show you how you can do that, how you can generate unlimited number of certificates with the help of Google Sheet and Google Slide. So as you can see, I have created a folder inside my Google Drive, and the folder name is certificate generation. Within the folder, I actually created two files. The way to create a file is to do a right click and create a Google Sheet file, and you can create a blank spreadsheet. At the same point of time, you can go to Google Slide and you can create a blank presentation. Now I will show you the file because I have already created those files. So just click on the Google Sheet file to see how the file is created. I will be zooming it a little bit so that you can see it clearly. You can see the name of all the participants right here, and you can see the competition in which these participants have participated. So you can see the drawing competition, the painting competition, the singing competition, and the dancing competition. At the same point of time, I will also show you the certificate template. So I'm just going to open it up, and as you can see, this is a Google Slide template, and I have created a Google Slide which looks something like this, and it says certificate. This certificate of excellence is presented to Sarah Cruz for painting. We wish you all the success in the world. Good luck for your future. So this is a certificate template that we have created, and this certificate template is created inside your Google Slide file, and you can see it just contains one slide. Even though this contains one slide, but if you want, you can also generate your PDF certificate with multiple slides in it as well. So the certificate template file, all you have to do is, let's say if you are seeing the name right here, and if you want to replace it dynamically from the data that is present inside the Google Sheet file, all you have to do is you have to use this double quotes, right, like this, and you can write full name without the space and without anything else. So it says double quotes, full name, and then the double quote is again right here. And then the painting, so we will just use the competition name, and we will be supplying and making it dynamic as well. So we will be putting competition name within the double quotes as well. Now just because everything looks fine to me, what I will do is I will just go to Pabbly Connect, which happens to be a integration software which will connect this Google Sheet with the certificate slide template, and it will actually generate as many slide templates as you want based on the dynamic data that is present inside Google Sheet. Now, before even going to Pabbly Connect and start to do this, we will be organizing our entire Google Drive here a little bit. Okay, so what we will be doing is we will be creating two folders. So we will be creating the folder number 1, which will handle all the slides file. So all the dynamic files that are created, first the Google slide file is created, and from the slide files we will actually create a PDF file. So I'm not putting any space so that it will be simpler, and I'm just saying slide file. Okay, so all the slides that will be created dynamically will be stored inside the slide file folder, and all the PDF that will be created will be stored in the PDF file folder right here. So I will be creating two folders, slide file and the PDF file. Okay, so those two folders are created. All the slide file which will be dynamically generated will go inside slide file, and all the PDF which will be generated from the slide files will go inside the PDF file folder. Okay, now all you have to do is move to Pabbly Connect. Pabbly Connect is an integration software. Let me just zoom it a little bit. It is an integration software that helps you to bind multiple applications together for a specific purpose. So Pabbly Connect in this specific case will connect the Google Sheet file with the slide template, and we will be generating as many slides as we want according to our need. So what I'm going to do is I have already logged in inside the Pabbly Connect account. If you want to create an account, you can go to pabbly.com, just do a sign up and look out for the application which is named as Pabbly Connect. The URL to access the application directly is connect.pabbly.com, and once you enter connect.pabbly.com, you will be taken to the very same page. Just click on create workflow because this is the new workflow that we are creating. The name of the workflow is Google Slide to PDF. Okay, and because this name looks good to me, I will just click on create. Okay, now the Pabbly Connect application works on a simple principle of triggers and action. All you have to do is send some data inside Pabbly Connect, and based on that data it can take certain action steps, and you can basically create another duplicate slide file, and based on that slide file you can even generate a PDF file as well. So the first step that involves in doing this integration is to get this data which is present inside your Google Sheet file into Pabbly Connect. And the way to get this data from Google Sheet to Pabbly Connect is to install a extension, or what I should say is install a add-on inside your Google Sheet file, so that as soon as any data is inserted inside this Google Sheet file, it will automatically go and reach inside Pabbly Connect. So the choose app right here will be Google Sheet, because we want to essentially get data from Google Sheets. So I will be choosing the name of the app as Google Sheet, and I will be choosing the trigger event as new spreadsheet row. Okay, because we want to essentially get the spreadsheet row data. Now it will be giving you a webhook URL. This webhook URL is a way for you to get data from Google Sheet inside Pabbly Connect. So all you have to do is copy this webhook URL and click the capture webhook response button right here. Okay, this is the one-time process that you have to do. Once the integration is done, everything will be automated, everything will be happening automatically, so you don't even have to worry about anything. This webhook URL needs to be put inside Google Sheet so that any new row or even any number of rows can be sent to Pabbly Connect in whatever way you want. Okay, to enter this webhook URL inside Google Sheet, you actually have to install an add-on. So you just go and hover over to this add-on section, click on get add-ons, and search for Pabbly Connect webhooks. Okay, search for this application which says Pabbly Connect webhooks. Okay, once this application is installed, just click on the application here and just click on install. In my case, the application is already installed, that's why you are seeing the uninstall button right here, but you have to install it and give necessary permission to this specific add-on so that it can access your Google Sheet file and you can transfer the data from your Google Sheet file to Pabbly Connect. Okay, in my case the add-on is already installed. As soon as you install the add-on, and if you click this add-on button right here, you will see a Pabbly Connect webhooks menu item which will appear right here. Okay, All you have to do is you have to go to initial setup by clicking this initial setup menu link here. So I'm just going to click on initial setup. And if you remember, we copied the webhook URL from this screen. So just click on copy, paste the webhook URL right here, and paste in fact, you have to enter the trigger column. The trigger column is the last column in which your data is inserted. For example, if you see this sheet, we have data in A column and B column. So B column is the last column in which we have the data. So all the data until B column we want to send. So we will be using trigger column as B, and we will be doing a test send. Okay. So as soon as we do a test send, you can see the test data is sent successfully. And if you see Pabbly Connect right here, it has automatically captured the name and the competition participated data item right here, which effectively means that our link between Google Sheet and Pabbly Connect is now established, and we do not even have to do anything else. All we have to do is we have to go back to our Google Sheet. We have to click on submit, and our integration is done. There is just one minor thing that you have to remember. You have to go to add-ons again, click on Pabbly Connect webhooks, and we actually give you multiple ways in which you want to send data to Pabbly Connect. The first option is send on event. When you click and enable send on event, any new row that you insert after the existing rows will be sent to Pabbly Connect. Okay. If you want to send all the data which is pre-written inside your Google Sheet file already, you can just go to menu item again and you can send all data. Okay. And even if a new row is being created from any other source like Google Form or just about any other source, and the new rows are created automatically and inserted automatically into this Google Sheet, you can click on auto send on schedule. Whenever you do auto send on schedule, every 1 hour, if the data is coming from Google Forms, it will be instantly transferred over to Pabbly Connect in real time. But if the new row is being created from any other source except Google Form, the data will be transferred every 1 hour. Okay, so auto send on schedule will send any new row that is created by the automation itself. So any row created by any other software will be sent based on this option. If you are typing all the data yourself, click on send on event. So any new data that you type in will be sent automatically, and send all data will actually send all the data that is already presented inside the sheet. So just wanted to give you all the possible options. Let me build an automation and then I will use the send all data option. We will send all the data and we will create all 4 PDFs in real time with the help of that option. So as you can see, we have already captured the Google Sheet response, which is the name and competition participated. Okay, I will just minimize it a little bit. Our next step involves us to use Google Slides. Okay, so we will be using Google Slides right here. And inside the action event, we will be using create presentation from template, because we essentially want to create presentation from an existing template. So just use create presentation from template, click on connect with Google Slides, and just click on connect with Google Slide. This will essentially authenticate our account and we will be able to access the Google Sheet that are Google Slides that are created inside our Gmail or inside our Google account. Okay, so I'm just authenticating it, and you can see as soon as you authenticated it, it had automatically fetched the certificate slide template. And if you remember, we have this slide template which is already created right here. Based on this slide certificate slide template, you can see the title of new presentation. You can actually enter any title of the new presentation that will be created. And for entering the title, you can just map and use this map button right here. So just click on map data. We already have the data that is coming in from the trigger. So I will be saying Neeraj Agrawal dash competition participated. So we want to create new presentation by the name of Neeraj Agrawal dash drawing. And it is now asking us, where do you want to store the new presentation? Okay. If you remember, we created 2 folders, PDF file and slide file. So essentially we want to store the new presentation to the PDF file folder itself. Also remember, sometimes if you have lots and lots of directories already in your Google Drive, you might not be able to see your existing folder that you want to map here. Okay. In those cases where your folder name is not appearing in the drop down, you can also enter the name of your folder yourself. So let me just show you how it is done. So just in case if that happens, you can still map and see the value. So all you have to do is you have to go to slide file. In fact, we want to save all the slide to slide file. So I will just go to slide file and I will copy this folder ID. So this is the folder ID in which we want to save something. So just copy this folder ID in which you want to save something. Go to Pabbly Connect back, click on map button, and you can enter the ID of the folder yourself as well. So just in case if you do not see your folder, which was the slide file or whatever it is in the drop down, you can always click on map button and you can fetch and enter the value yourself. Okay, just wanted to give you that you have that option. In this case, because my folder is already shown, I will show and I will map the slide file right here itself. Now the amazing thing is it automatically pulled the two dynamic tags in itself. So you see full name right here and you see the competition name right here, and both of those fields are automatically pulled in from Google Slide template file automatically. So all you have to do is map the data that is coming from the trigger, which essentially means that the data that is coming from the Google Sheet. Just map the name. You are seeing the key value pair hits here, like you see you are seeing the name and the real name here. Always the automation picks the name itself. It only picks the value. It does not care about the key that you see right here. So do not worry that only the data which is Neeraj Agarwal will be sent to the automation. And lastly is the competition name. Again, the competition name is inside our trigger. We will be just using the trigger and mapping it and mapping the value right here. So you can see everything looks good to me. The template presentation is a certificate slide template. Based on that, we are creating a new template presentation by the name of Neeraj Agarwal -drawing. We are saving all the presentation in slide file folder. The name is mapped. The competition name is mapped. Right now, if you see the slide file folder, it is completely empty. Let me just zoom in it a little bit as well. So it looks completely empty, but let me just do a send test request and see if the file is now added inside the slide file. Okay. So if you go back now, you will see Neeraj Agarwal -drawing is created. Even though you are seeing the screenshot with full name and competition name, the screenshot gets updated in just few minutes. Until then, if you see the file and if you open the file now, you will see that the certificate is replaced by the dynamic data that we sent from Pabbly Connect. So you can see the name right here, you can see the competition right here, and your certificate slide is generated right here. Now, all you have to remember one thing is that whenever you want to generate a PDF from the certificate file that is generated or the slide file that is generated, you have to make this file publicly accessible for a small period of time. Later, if you want, you can even delete the file with the help of automation itself. But as you can see right here, it says that this file is private to only me. This means only I can access it. No one else can access this file. But essentially, we do not want this to happen. We want this file to be publicly accessible through link, so that only the person who has the link can access. But at the same point of time, when you make it publicly accessible, people or the automation can generate a PDF file from a publicly accessible file. It cannot generate a PDF from a private file. So always remember, the file has to be made a public file for just a small period of time. Okay, so I will go to Pabbly Connect now. My Google slide file is already created. So my next step involves making this slide file, which is just created in the back step in the Google slide create presentation from template step, and I will make this file a public file. So I will select Google Drive right here, and I will choose the right option, which is share a file with anyone. And the option name says shares a file with anyone on the internet. Okay, so I will choose this option. I will connect with my Google Drive. I will authorize my Google Drive by clicking on the button. I will give the necessary permission to magnetmarketing251@gmail.com and I will allow it. Okay. The authorization is successful, and you can see the file ID is automatically pulled in. But always remember, the file ID will be dynamic. Reason file ID will be dynamic is also because we are generating the file in the last step itself. Okay, so the file was not created already. It is being created using the automation. So all you have to do is, if you open this Google slide step again, you will see that the presentation ID or the slide ID is right here. Okay, and we want to make the very same file a public file. So all you have to do is you have to map the presentation ID in the next step, so that next time when the automation runs, again a new presentation ID will be created, and based on that presentation ID, you want to make the very same presentation ID public. Okay, so always remember, you cannot use a static value right here. You will always have to use a dynamic value. To use a dynamic value, you have to enable this map button right here. So just enable it. I will just show you again. Just enable this map button, remove the file ID, which is a static file ID here, and just map the presentation ID, which is coming from the last step. So just click on this Google slide create presentation from template and map the presentation ID, which is being coming from the last step. We have already mapped it. Before clicking on saving and sending a test request, I will just show this file again once to you. You can see the lock icon is appearing right here. Okay, can you see that? Yes, probably yes. So I will just click on save and send a test request. And as soon as I do that, you will see the lock icon is changed to anyone with the link. Anyone who has the link can access, no sign in required. So this file is now made a public file so that anyone with a link can access this file. Now, because this file is publicly accessible, our next step involves us to create and upload a PDF to a Google Drive. To create a PDF, all you have to do is click this plus button right here. Okay. And just select Google Drive again. Okay, so you can choose the app as Google Drive. Action event will be to upload a file, because we want to upload a PDF file to our Google Drive. So I will just go back to certificate generation. The PDF file folder is currently empty. All we want to do is we want to fetch some data from the existing Google slide file, and then we want to create a PDF file out of it. Okay, so I will just select the Google Drive upload a file option. I will click on connect with Google Drive. I will give the necessary permission, because we have already given the necessary permission in our last stage. So you can just click this credentials button, and I actually have authenticated my account several times, but you can see that this is the last one which we have authenticated. So just select the last one which you have authenticated in the previous step itself and click on save. Okay. And as soon as you do that, you actually are given with three text fields right here. The first one is URL, the second one is folder ID, and the third one is file name. Okay. Now the URL is something that you are getting when you are running this step. When you are running a share of file with any one step, you will actually see that there is an export link which says res2 export link application/PDF. So the Google slide file or the Google presentation file that you have created, you are given and presented with a export link of a PDF file. Okay, so we will be mapping this export link in our next step in the URL folder. Okay, this will essentially, what it will do is it will export the very same presentation, and after exporting it will save the same PDF file to the PDF file folder. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to click on map button right here, go to share a file with anyone, just scroll down and you will see different export options, and the one export option that you will be interested in will be export links application/PDF. So just make sure that you select the export link with PDF option right here. Next is the folder ID. Where do you want to save this PDF file? And we have already opened the Google Drive PDF file folder, and this will be my folder ID. So we want to save a file inside this folder ID. So I will just copy it. I will paste it manually here, because every time we want to save the PDF file to the very same folder. And lastly, it is asking us for the name of the PDF file. So I will again click the map button. I will go to trigger. I will add the name of Neeraj Agrawal dash the competition in which he has participated, and this time I also has to write the extension, which will be .pdf. If you remember last time when we added the file name, we didn't added any extension because Google Slide in itself do not have any kind of extensions. But now, because we are creating and generating a PDF file, we will be putting a .pdf extension. So now if everything looks good to you, you can just fire the save and send a test request and see if the file is created. Okay, you can see it says done one. Okay, just go to Google Drive file and you can see your PDF file is created. This certificate of excellence is presented to Neeraj Agrawal for drawing. We wish you all the success. The PDF is created. You can download this PDF, you can print this PDF, and you can do whatever you want with this PDF. So as you can see, your PDFs are generated. And if you open this file, you can see the PDF file is generated right here. Okay. To be honest with you, this covers most of my tutorial, but there is just one more thing that I want to do. Once the PDF is generated inside my PDF folder, okay, all you can do is you can just ask one of your team members to print out all the certificates one by one, from within the PDF file folder because they are all generated at one location. But at the same point of time, if you want, you can also share this certificate with the person on his email as well. Okay, for this scope of video, I'm not showing you the step because we haven't collected the participant email here. But otherwise, let's say if you had another field which said participant email, and if you had the email of all your participants here, you could have added one more step, which would be to click this plus button. Okay, and I'm just showing you here so that you can do it yourself at your end. You will be using Google Drive. So just use the app name as Google Drive. The action name will be share a file. So you can use the action name as share a file. Again, you can authenticate it. Okay, so I'm just authenticating my Google Drive file. It is asking us which file ID you want to share. Click and enable the map option and map the value which is coming from the last step. So last step, when we fired and when the PDF file was created, you actually got the uploaded file ID back. Okay, so we want to send this file on the email of someone. So just map the file ID right here from the last step, which was upload a file, and the file ID is uploaded file ID is right here. Then it is asking us for the email because we haven't collected any email from the participant right here. We do not have something to map, but just for the sake of this demo, I will be entering the static value right here so that you can understand what you can do. And then you can give the permission for editing as well, because you essentially, this is the certificate that belongs to the person, and PDFs are non-editable. So even if you give the permission to edit, he can do everything, but he won't be able to edit it. But anyways, just give the can edit permission and click on save and send a test request. Now, if you head back to my email account right now, it says security alert because we gave the permission to Pabbly Connect for doing certain things. Let me just delete it. You can see my primary tab inbox is currently empty. Let me just zoom it a little bit so that you can see it clearly. My Gmail is currently empty with no messages in it. I will go back to Pabbly Connect. I will click on save and send a test request. And as soon as you do that, you will see that the same file is now sent on the participant email as well. So you can see the participant email has been emailed a PDF file. He can open it, he can print it himself, he can download it, he can add it to his Google Drive, whatever he want to do, he can do that. Again, if you wanted to do this, you must have an email field right here. You must have all the emails of all the participants so that we would have collected the very same data onto the trigger step. And all you had to do is just remove this static value. You should map the value coming from the trigger step itself, and you could have mapped the email. Even though if the email is not even a Gmail, then also the file will be shared. Okay, the person who will be getting the certificate can still open it, he can still download it, and he can do whatever he want with that very same access. So again, everything looks good to me. So you can see what we are doing is, in fact, let me just delete the share file because we do not want to share a file. So as you can see, everything looks good to me. If I minimize all the steps now, what we have done is we have collected a response from Google Sheet. Then we have created a presentation from a template. Then we have shared a file with anyone. And lastly, we have created a PDF file inside our PDF file folder. So now our last step involves us to create certificate for just about everyone. So I will go back to my Google Sheet. I will click on add-ons. I will go to Pabbly Connect webhooks, and you have two options, which is first is the send custom data. If you want to send custom data from any specific cell to any specific cell, let me just show you the option, send custom data. You can mention that you want to send the data from A2, which is the starting range, until B5. B5 is the last column, last cell. So you can mention A2 to B5 and it would have sent all the data to Pabbly Connect. But at the same point of time, if you want, you can just go to add-ons, Pabbly Connect webhooks, and send all data. Just press this button, all the data will be sent, all the PDFs will be generated, all the slides will be generated, and everything will be ready. So I'm just clicking on send all data button right here. It says it is working. So it just takes a minimum amount of time, just about 5-10 seconds. And all the data will be transferred over to Pabbly Connect. Pabbly Connect will accept the data, and then Pabbly Connect will start to generate all the PDF file right here. So you can see the first PDF file was Neeraj Agarwal. It is generated again because it is sending data all over again. The second is Pankaj Jian for painting. The second certificate is also generated. The third is Vinny Goyal. So it will take some time, but all the certificate essentially will be generated. Okay, let me just zoom it out a little bit. So just refresh it all over again, and you can see Pankaj Jian, Neev Nair, Vinny Goyal, all the certificates with their respective competition are generated. Okay, so you can see Neev Nair certificate is generated with dancing competition, Vinny Goyal for singing, Pankaj Jian for painting, Neeraj Agarwal for drawing. So all the data that we had inside our Google Sheet, all the PDFs are generated. There is just one more thing that I want to tell you. The certificate that you have seen right here, okay, it looks cool, it looks good. I actually found this website, which is slidesgo.com. Okay, and if you go to slidesgo and if you search for certificate templates, okay, I actually did a search for certificate and I actually found a lot of good certificates right here. So you found a mutual certificate and then there are multiple certificates within a single template. So whatever you like, you can use the certificate. There are multiple templates. There are even templates for small kids. There is a template for certificate of appreciation and everything. So you can select multiple certificate according to your own needs. All you have to do is just click on Google Slide, download this template. As soon as you do that, the Google Slide template will be copied on your account. You can delete all the other slides. Just keep the relevant certificate that you want to create, because there are so many slides right here. So depending upon your need, you can select whatever certificate you want to select, and you can see that there are so many certificates right here, and based on that your need, you can basically select and use whatever certificate that you want to use.
Hello everyone. So in this video, we will learn how to automatically create personalized certificates and send it on WhatsApp. So basically, we are going to begin with a small example. So as you can see, we do have some people in my Google Sheet and it has been titled Class 12th Blood Donation. So basically, these are my students and their respective phone numbers, and these are their respective blood groups. So the idea is that these students have donated their blood for a blood donation drive. And as a reward, they will be getting a certificate on their WhatsApp number. So let's start with the first person, Lizzie Manuel. And this is her WhatsApp number and this is her blood group. So basically, this is the message that I have sent her. So she is going to click on this link. So this is the WhatsApp profile of Lizzie Manuel. She's going to click on this link. Okay, so this is the PDF of the certificate that she has got. Congratulations, Lizzie Manuel, for volunteering to donate A positive blood. Keep up the great work. So let me just show you. So this is the phone number, this is the blood group. Okay, so basically she has got this particular PDF. Now let me show you the other people, what PDF they have got. So this is the PDF that Aaron Alexander has got. Okay, and this is the PDF that Dominic Petrie has got. Excellent. And let's go to the last person, that is Sherry Deville. So this is the PDF that Sherry Deville has got. Okay, so I hope it is clear. So now your obvious question is, how did I do it? How did I manage to send certificates on WhatsApp from the data present in Google Sheets? So basically, I have used an integration and automation software called as Pabbly Connect that integrates Google Sheets, Google Slides, Google Drive, and WhatsApp. Now the best part of using Pabbly Connect is there is no need for coding skills or programming knowledge. Let me show you the process. Now before we begin, there are 3 things I have to tell you. First of all, we are using Chat API to send the WhatsApp messages. Now, other than Chat API, there are many more options like GupShup and many more. Now, the second thing that I want to mention is Pabbly Connect doesn't own Chat API. It's a third-party software. And the third and perhaps the most important thing is Chat API is definitely not free. Okay, so let's begin the process. So in the new tab, let me just type pabbly.com. Okay, so this is the website of pabbly.com. Let me just click on sign in. Okay, so this is the dashboard of Pabbly Connect. As you can see, I already have made an account in Pabbly Connect. You can also create your own free account in just 2 minutes. Let me just scroll down and here you will find Connect. Just click on Access Now. Okay, so basically we are going to create a new workflow to integrate Google Sheets, Google Drive, Google Slides, and WhatsApp. So let me just click on this button, Create Workflow. So I'm going to give the title Google Sheets. Okay, to Google Drive to Google Slide to WhatsApp. And let me just click on create. Okay, so when you click on create, a window appears in front of you. This is basically called as the trigger window. Now, my plan is I want to send this particular bunch of certificate at a particular time, that only once. Okay, so the idea is that I'm going to schedule a particular time that on that time this workflow is going to run. So I'm going to choose the app as scheduled by Pabbly, this one. Okay, so now it is asking how often do you want to run this workflow. Now it is pretty much obvious that I want this workflow to run only once. Okay, so let me make it as once. Now it is asking for the date. So I want to run this workflow for today. So today is 26th of May 2021, 26th of May 2021. Now the time, that is tricky. So as you can see, this format is called as the UTC format. It is very different from your country standard time. Now I am from India and the country standard time or the Indian standard time is 1650, basically 450. It's going to be 5 in just 10 minutes. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to go to a conversion site, that is USD to IST, and my plan is I want to send the data at, let's say, 5:30 or let's say 5:15. No, how about I send it on 6:30? Okay, 6:30 p.m. So as you can see, the associated UTC is 1 p.m. I repeat this again. Right now it's 4:50 p.m. I want to send the data at 6:30 p.m. So the associated UTC time is 1 p.m. So that is why I'm going to mention here it as 1 p.m. Okay, so 13:00. Okay, and let me just click on save. So the time has been set. Now we have to work with the data. So this is how you extract the data. So you want all this data into Pabbly Connect. Okay, so you want all of this data in this particular Google Sheet into Pabbly Connect. So this is how you do it. You introduce one more window. So this window is called as the action window. Now all you have to do is just type Google Sheets. Google Sheets it is. Now in the action event, how about we make it as get row, this one, and let me just click on connect. In the new connection name, let me just click on connect with Google Sheets. Okay, so these are the series of Gmail accounts I have. Now, out of all these Gmail accounts, this Google Sheet is present in this Gmail account. So I'm selecting this one. Okay, so now it is asking me to confirm my choice. So before I press allow, let me tell you something. Pabbly Connect doesn't take any chances with your data. Your data is 100% safe and secure with us. So on the basis of that trust, let me just press allow. Authorization successful, just press OK. So as you can see, we have two fields, that is spreadsheet as well as the range. Now the name of the spreadsheet is class 12th blood donation. So I'm going to mention the spreadsheet as class 12th blood donation. Okay, so basically these are all the spreadsheet that is present in my Google Drive or basically my Gmail account. So out of all these spreadsheet, I'm interested in this one, class 12th blood donation drive. Now we have to mention the range. So the range is we want to send the data from this cell to this cell. So this is your range. So the first cell is A2. And the last cell is C10. So this is basically your range, A2 to C10. You basically copy this, okay, and just paste it here. This is your range. Okay, so basically all you have to do is at this point, just click on save and send test request. Okay, so as you can see, we do have the data from our Google Sheet. So we have the first person, that is Liji Manuel. So as you can see, this is the first person, Liji Manuel. And this is her phone number, where we will be sending the WhatsApp message, and this is her blood group. Similarly, we have the next person as Aaron Alexander. So the next person is Aaron Alexander, and this is his associated phone number, and this is his blood group, AB positive. So let's have a look at the last person. The last person is Sherry Deville. So this is her phone number and her associated blood group. Sherry Deville, yes. Sherry Deville, her phone number and associated blood group. So basically, we have got all the data. So what's next? So basically we have to set up a prototype. Okay, so let me just show you how I'm going to build a prototype. So what I'm going to do here is out of all these students, I'm going to work with one particular student. I'm going to apply conditions on him and the same conditions will be applied on the rest of them. So basically the first person is the first iteration. So what I'm going to do here is I want to isolate the details of this person or basically the first person individually. So basically I'm going to isolate all these details individually, and this is how you do it. It's a bit tricky. Just follow me. Okay, so first of all you toggle this to the left. Okay, and once again just click on save and send test request. Okay, so as you can see, we do have the data, but in a very clumsy format. This is basically an array. Now, from this array, we want to isolate the data of this person, Lizzie Manuel. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to run the iterator module. So basically, Lizzie Manuel is our first iteration. Aaron Alexander is the second iteration. Dominic Petrie is our third iteration. This will continue up to the last iteration, that is of Sherry Weil. So let me introduce the first module, that is iterator. Iterator by Pabbly. Okay, so basically now we have to choose an array. So basically it has already chosen this array. You don't have to do anything. All you have to do is just click on save and send test request. Okay, so as you can see, we have got the value. Okay, so we have the person, we have the phone number, and of course we have the blood group. Excellent. Now what? So unfortunately, as you can see, we don't have these data individually. For example, if we want the name field, but unfortunately, along with the name, we are going to get the phone number as well as the blood group. So this is actually kind of wrong. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to use JSON extractor. So that will extract each data individually. JSON extractor it is. Now in the action event, how about we just make it as extract JSON data, and let me just click on connect. Now we have to mention the data. So the data is from the third accordion, that is of iterator. So we have mapped it. All you have to do is just click on save and send test request. Okay, so as you can see, we have each data individually. We have the name, we have the phone number, and we have, of course, the blood group. Excellent. Now we are going to create a certificate. So basically, my plan is I'm going to create a certificate from Google Slide. So that is why I'm going to introduce Google Slide. In the Choose app, let's make it as Google Slide. Google Slide it is. And in the action event, how about we make it as create presentation from template. Click on connect. Click on connect with Google Slide. Okay, so these are the series of Gmail accounts I have. Now out of all these Gmail accounts, I want to work with this one because it has some templates that I want to work with. And let me just click on allow. Authorization complete. Press OK. Okay, so by default it is showing some template Sherry Weil. So we are just going to ignore that because we are going to create a new template from scratch. So what I'm going to do here is let me just go to the template gallery, and there are certificates for students. Okay, how about we go with this one? Okay, so we are going to work with this certificate. So basically this will act as a template. Using this template, we are going to generate certificates for our student. Now I'm going to work with a particular type. Okay, so how about we select this theme? Nope, I don't like it. Okay, how about we work with this one, red one? Okay, this looks better. So what I'm going to do here is first, I'm going to change the name. Okay, I just want to create a very unique name. Unique student template. Just a random name, template. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, so this is our name, unique student template. So this is the template's name. Now what next? So basically what we are going to do here is I'm just taking back to Pabbly Connect, and let me just refresh this. So when I refresh this, I can expect to find this newly created template in the drop down. Okay, so as you can see, unique student template. We select this. Now we have to deal with the title of the new presentation and new presentation location. Now we are going to deal with these two fields later. First, we are going to introduce dynamic tags. So I'm just going to make some changes here. First of all, what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to remove this, okay, and I'm going to enter two pairs of curly brackets, okay. Just observe. So inside these two pairs of curly brackets, I'm just going to type name, okay. So let me just go back to Pabbly Connect. Let me just refresh this again. Okay, so as you can see, we have a magic. There is a field, an extra field called as name. I hope it is getting clear to you. You introduce a dynamic tag here, it will be reflected as a field here, okay. So what's next? So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to get rid of all of this, okay. I don't really like this. And I'm going to increase the space, the size of congratulation, okay. And for volunteering, and let me just remove all of this. It's totally unnecessary, it doesn't look good. Let me just remove this. Okay. For volunteering to help classmates, volunteering to donate blood. Okay, so let me just remove this part. For volunteering to donate And let me introduce again two pairs of curly brackets, and inside the curly bracket, let me just add group. So the idea is that the student's blood group will come here, okay, and blood. Okay, so let us have a look how it would look like. For volunteering to donate A positive blood. Keep up the great work. Okay, so once again, I have introduced a dynamic tag. Now, when I click on refresh, okay, when I click on refresh, I can expect to find this a new field called as group. So yeah, we do have a new field called as group. So we have two extra fields. Now let's deal with the title of the presentation. So the title of the presentation would be something like, I just want to keep it very unique. So I'm just going to mention it as Liji, that is basically the name. And after that, to make it more unique, I'm going to enter the phone number. Okay, so this is a very unique name. So this will be the title of the document that will be created, title of the certificate that will be created. You will understand in a minute, don't worry. Now we have to mention the location. So when a document or a certificate will be created, we have to specify where that document or the certificate will be stored. Now obviously these certificates will be stored in our Google Drive. Now I have to mention a particular folder. So that is why what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to create a new folder for these newly generated certificates. Certificates generated. Okay, so this is the folder for newly created certificates. Let me just click on create. Okay, certificates generated. So what I'm going to do here is once again, I'm just going to click on refresh. Okay, so I can find yes. As you can see, this is the new folder where the certificates will be stored once they are created. Now let's enter the rest of the details. So these are the fields to enter the name as well as the group. So the name is Liji. Okay, the name is Liji. And the group is, I think, A positive. Yeah. Okay, so this is something you get from the fourth accordion. So you basically have mapped the detail. So we are going to create the certificate from this particular template. Okay, and after that, the template, the certificate that will be created will have this name, that is Liji, as well as the phone number, and it will be stored in this particular folder. Okay, and it will have the name here. Okay, and then it will have the blood group. So blood group is A positive, for volunteering to donate A positive blood. You will understand in a minute if you don't get it right now. Let me just click on save and send test request. Okay, so it is showing the presentation has been created, the certificate has been created. So let me just straight away take you to my Google Drive, and this is the folder certificates generated. I'm going to click this, and this is the certificate. As you can see, we have the name as well as the phone number. So this is the name of the certificate. And when we click this, we will find the certificate. Congratulations, Liji Manuel, for volunteering to donate A positive blood. Keep up the great work. So as you can see, here it is showing the icon as the button private to only me. At present, this particular certificate is only private to only me, but we want to share it to Liji Manuel. So how are we going to do that? So basically, I'm going to make sure that this file is a shareable one. So let me just go to Pabbly Connect and once again introduce one more window. So in this window, I'm going to introduce Google Drive. The reason I'm introducing Google Drive is because this file is present in my Google Drive. And in the action event, let me just make it as share a file. Share a file with anyone. This one, click on connect. Click on connect with Google Drive. Okay, so this is the account. I'm selecting this one. Okay, let me just press allow. You know the drill. Authorization successful. Okay. So by default, it is showing the file ID, but this is a very static ID. So we are just going to toggle this to the left and we are going to place the dynamic ID. So this is your dynamic ID. Okay. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to remove this. Okay. And let me just introduce the dynamic ID. So this is your dynamic ID. Let me just scroll down. Oh yeah. So this is your dynamic ID. Okay. This is something you get from the fifth accordion. That is of Google Drive, Google Sheet, Google Slide. Okay, presentation ID. Let me just click on save and send test request. Okay, so it is showing anyone with a link. So basically anyone has the link can view or access this file. Now, which is the link? So as you can see, we do have ton of choices. We have open document type, we have PDF type, we have XML type, and we have plain text. So I'm going to share this file as a PDF. So this is the link that I'm interested in. Now, the remarkable thing I want to show you is this. Okay, so as you can see, the icon has changed. Now it is showing anyone with the link. Earlier it was restricted to only me. Now it is showing anyone with the link. So now we are coming to the last step. That is, we are going to share it on WhatsApp. So I'm going to introduce Chat API. Now remember three things: that we don't own Chat API. Pabbly Connect doesn't own Chat API. Chat API is one of those methods. We have other methods like Gupshup. And the third and the most important thing is Chat API is not free. So in the action event, all we have to do is just click on send link, click on connect. Okay, so we have to enter the API URL as well as the token. So this is how you enter the API URL. Okay, so let me just click on refresh. Okay, so as you can see, this is my Chat API account. So this is the dashboard, and in the dashboard itself, you will find your API URL. I'm just going to copy this API URL. Okay, so this is your API URL. I'm going to copy this and I'm going to paste it here. Easy. Now let's enter the token. We are just going to do the same thing. We are just going to copy this and I'm going to paste it here. Okay, so the API URL has been entered. We have also entered the token. Let me just click on save. Okay, so basically we have to enter details in the contact group, phone number, body, base64 encoded, title, as well as the description. Now we don't have any data regarding the contact/group because we want to send this data individually for people. Okay, so we are just going to ignore this field. Now let's enter the detail of the phone number. So this is the phone number. So let me just add the phone number. Now there is something else you should know, that it is demanding a particular country code. Now I'm from India and we are going to use we actually use the country code that is +91. Okay, so I've mentioned plus sign in front of this phone number because 91 is already present. Now if you are from a different country zone, you actually have to work on it. Okay, introduce your own country code and input the plus sign. Now this is the body, so I'm just going to mention a very simple text, hello. And after that, let me just enter the name. So this is something you will get from the fourth accordion of the JSON extractor. Hello, Ligi Manuel. This is your certificate. Okay, and after that, I'm just going to introduce the certificate. So this is the certificate. We have the choice, that is PDF. I'm going to give the PDF link. So this is the certificate. So all we have to do is, we have to mention the base 64 encoding. Now we don't have to do anything. All you have to do is just copy this code and paste it here. Okay, and this is the title. I'm just going to mention it as certificate. That's all. Okay, so we have entered the title, the base 64 encoded, the body, and then we have the phone number, and then of course the contact group. All you have to do is just click on save and send test request. Okay, so it's a positive response. The data has been sent. So let me just straight away take you to WhatsApp let me just show you the certificate. Yes, so this is the certificate that Ligi Manuel has received. So she's going to open this certificate. So your obvious question is, what about the rest of them? So basically right now the time is 17:09, basically 5 p.m. Now these people, the rest of them, okay, so the rest of them like Aaron Alexander, Dominic Petre, Sherry DeVille, they are all going to get the certificate at the time that we have mentioned as UTC. So this is the time that is 13:00. I actually don't remember when was the time. So that is 6:30 p.m. So they will be getting around 1 hour 30 minutes from now. So I'm not going to wait this long. I'm just going to end this. So before I end this, let me just explain you the whole mechanism in a nutshell. So let me just minimize each of these windows. Okay. So I have minimized all my windows. Okay. And yes. So basically, this is the whole process in a nutshell. First, you have mentioned the schedule that this workflow is to run at a particular time. And then you have extracted all the data from Google Sheet. And then you have run the iterator. The reason you have run the iterator is you have to work with one single prototype. And after that, you have used the JSON extractor to individually sort out the data of a person. And after that, you have created the certificate from a particular template in Google Slide. And after that, you have made sure that that certificate is a shareable one. And you have introduced the shareable link into Chat API to send the message on WhatsApp. So now there's a perfect flow of data between Google Sheets, Google Slides, Google Drive, and Chat API. Excellent. Hello everyone. So in this video, we will learn how to create certificates from form responses and send it on WhatsApp. So imagine this, you are using Google Forms to collect leads, and a lead called as John has been generated in Google Forms. It has John's name, email address, and of course, John's WhatsApp number. So you're planning to send a certificate to John on this WhatsApp number. So here you have two choices. The first choice is you can copy all the details of John from Google Forms, sort it out, build a certificate from Google Slide, and send it manually on WhatsApp. The problem with this approach is it's actually very repetitive and tiresome. So I suggest that you bring in some automation so that when a new response is created in Google Forms, it will automatically create a certificate and send it on as a message on WhatsApp. Now in this video, we will be using Pabbly Connect to integrate Google Forms, Google Slides, and WhatsApp. The best part of using Pabbly Connect is there is no need for coding skills or programming knowledge. It can be done easily. Let me show you on my screen. Okay, so we will begin with a small example. So this is a form that I have created and it has been titled Anti-Corruption Day. And these are the fields we have. So imagine a student is going to fill in the form, and when he fills in this form, he will be getting a WhatsApp message, and in that WhatsApp message, he will be getting a certificate. So these are the details. So let's say a guy called as Lucen William is filling in the form. So the name is Lucen William. This is the email, and the class is he's studying in class 10th, and this is his roll number 45. Okay, and of course this is the WhatsApp number. So when Lucent clicks on submit, he will be getting a WhatsApp message containing the certificate. So let me just click on submit. Okay, so a submission has been made. So let's have a look. Did Lucent William really got any WhatsApp message containing the certificates? Okay, so I'm going to minimize this window. I'm going to take you to WhatsApp. So this is the WhatsApp number of Lucent William. Okay, so this is the message he has got, and this is the link of that certificate. So let's explore this link. Okay, so we have downloaded the PDF of the certificate. Yes, so this is the certificate. Congratulations, Lucent William, for volunteering to take a stand against corruption. Keep up the good work. And this is the class, that is class 10th, roll number, and the date at which the form was filled. So basically, this is what we want to do. Anytime a new form submission is made in Google Forms, it will be reflected as a certificate on WhatsApp. Okay, so basically, to begin the process, let me again just go back to my incognito window. Okay, so your obvious question is, why are we using incognito mode? This is because the integration of Google Forms and WhatsApp involves creation of Google Sheets. Now, if you're using multiple Gmail accounts, there will be problem with authentication. That is why we are going to use Google Sheets in incognito mode. Okay, so to begin the actual integration process, let me just click on a new tab, and here let me just type pabbly.com. So this is the place where we want to go, pabbly.com. So we are going to use an app called as Pabbly Connect to integrate Google Forms, Google Slides, and WhatsApp. So let me just click on sign in. Okay, so this is the dashboard of Pabbly Connect. As you can see, I already have made an account in Pabbly Connect. You can also build your own free account in just 2 minutes. So just scroll down and here you will find Connect. Just click on Access now. Okay, so at the top right corner, you will find a button, Create Workflow. Click this. A dialog box appears in front of you. It is asking you to give a name to this workflow. I'm going to give it as Google Forms, Google Slides, and WhatsApp. Google Forms to Google Slides to WhatsApp. And then just click on Create. I'm sorry, let me just, okay. Much better. Let me just click on create. Okay, so when you click on create, a window appears in front of you. This is called as the trigger window. So in the choose app, how about we make it as Google Forms? Google Forms it is. Google Forms. Okay. Now in the trigger event, how about we make it as new response in spreadsheet? Okay, so new response in spreadsheet is a trigger event. So your obvious question is, what is the trigger event? Trigger is basically a if statement. It asks a question, if the condition is met, what should be done? For example, if a new response is generated in Google Forms, then what action should be taken by the system? Now, your obvious question is, why are we using the trigger event as new response in spreadsheet? It should be something like new response in Google Forms or a new lead generated in Google Forms, something related to Google Forms. So the answer is very simple. The data of the responses from Google Forms goes to Google Sheets. And from Google Sheets, we will be using Pabbly Connect to send it to other third-party applications, maybe like WhatsApp, Slack, or any other messaging apps. Okay, so what we are going to do here is, basically, we are going to integrate Google Forms to Google Sheets and then to Pabbly Connect. So let me just take you to my Google Form. So this is a new form that I have created. So the title of the form is Blood Donation Drive. And these are the literally the same fields: name, roll number, class, and the blood type. Okay, so basically we also should have one more field, that is for phone number. So I'm just going to create one more field. Okay, I just forgot about that, phone number. So basically this is our last field. Now all we have to do at this point is just toggle this to the right and make it mandatory. So basically the student or the respondent should always fill in this form. So basically this will ensure that if this field is not filled, the form will not be submitted. Basically this will act as a trigger to send the data to Google Sheets. Okay, so I'm talking a lot about Google Sheets. So what is the deal with Google Sheets? So first of all, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go up, click on responses, and I'm going to click on this button. So basically it will create a new spreadsheet. So let me do that. Okay, so here we have two choices: create a new spreadsheet, select existing spreadsheet. Now as you can see, the name is blood donation drive. So this is the default name and I'm not going to change it. Okay, I'm happy with it. So let me just click on create. Okay, so a new spreadsheet has been created: blood donation drive responses. Okay, so basically whenever a new submission is made here, it will be sent, the data will be sent here, and from here the data will be sent to Pabbly Connect. Okay, so as you can see, we have the columns name, roll number, class, blood type, and phone. So basically these are the same question fields that we have: name, roll number, class, blood type, and phone. And phone is the last data entry column. As you can see, phone is our last data entry column, that is column F. So basically we are going to integrate this particular Google Sheet to Pabbly Connect. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to click on add-ons. Here you will find Pabbly Connect Webhooks. Now Pabbly Connect Webhooks is an add-on that I have installed in my spreadsheet. Now since you're beginning fresh, Pabbly Connect Webhooks might not have been installed yet. So all you have to do is just click on get add-ons. Okay, so when you click on get add-ons, Google Workspace Marketplace opens up. So in the search, just type Pabbly Connect Webhooks. Pabbly Connect Webhooks, this one. Okay, so as you can see, the button is showing it is already installed. All you have to do is just click on this button and Pabbly Connect Webhooks will be installed in your system or Google spreadsheet also. Now after installing Pabbly Connect Webhooks, do not forget to refresh your Google Sheet. I repeat again, after installing Pabbly Connect Webhooks, do not forget to refresh your Google Sheet. So I'm just cancelling this because this is already installed in my system. Going back to add-ons, clicking on Pabbly Connect Webhooks, and let me just click on initial setup. Okay, so this is the window of initial setup. As you can see, we have two blanks to fill: the webhook URL as well as the trigger column. So let's deal with the trigger column. Always remember, the last data entry column is the trigger column. Now in our case, the last data entry column is column F. So that is why I'm going to mention the trigger column as F. Easy. Now coming to the webhook URL. So to get the webhook URL, let me go to Pabbly Connect and copy this. This is the webhook URL you want. Copy this and simply paste it here. Okay, so we have entered the webhook URL. Let me just click on submit. Okay, so the window has disappeared. Let me again go back to add-ons, go back to Pabbly Connect Webhooks and just click on send on event. Okay, so this will ensure that anytime column F is filled, it will keep sending on the data. So basically at this point, we have integrated this particular Google Sheet to Pabbly Connect. So this means that whenever entry or a data submission is made in Google Forms, the data will come here and Pabbly Connect has to capture the data. So as to ensure that Pabbly Connect captures this data, let me go to Pabbly Connect and let me just click on this button, capture webhook response. Click this. Okay, so it is showing it is waiting for the data. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going back to my form. Okay, and here I'm just going to click on preview and I'm going to make some submission. Okay, so let's say the name is Tommy Jones. Okay, Tommy Jones. Okay, the roll number, his roll number is 23. Okay, the class is 12th and the blood type is AB positive. Okay, and this is Tommy's phone number. Okay, so all the details has been filled by Tommy Jones. Okay, so let me just click on submit. Okay, so a submission has been made by Tommy Jones. So let's have a look in the spreadsheet. Do we have the data of Tommy Jones? Yes, we do have the data of Tommy Jones. The name is Tommy Jones, the roll number is 23, this is the class, this is the blood type, and this is of course the phone number. So basically the trigger column, that is column F, has been filled. So this means that Pabbly Connect should capture the data. So let's have a look. Okay, yes, the data has been captured. So the name is Tommy Jones, the roll number is 23, the class is 12th, and this is the blood type, AB positive. and then we have the phone number. This is the phone number. So basically on this phone number we will be sending the certificate. So now we have to create a certificate from Google Slides. Now to create a certificate from Google Slides, let's just click on this plus button. Okay, so here another window opens up. This is called as the action window. So in the choose app, how about we make it as Google Slides. Okay, this one. Now in the action event, how about we make it as create presentation from template. Okay, so let me just click on connect with Google Slides. In the new credentials, let me just again click on connect with Google Slides. Okay, so this particular account contains my Google Slides, all of my Google Slides. So I'm selecting this one. Okay. So it is asking me to confirm my choice. Now before you click on allow, let me tell you something. Pabbly Connect doesn't take any chances with your data. Your data is 100% safe and secure with us. On the basis of that trust, just press allow. Okay, so it is showing the authorization is successful. Just press OK. Okay, so let me just take you to my Google Slides. So these are the Google Slides we have. Okay, so as you can see, some of the slides has been generated, already created. So when I go back to Pabbly Connect and when I just look into the template presentation, so these are the templates that we have. So basically all the templates that is present here will be reflected in Pabbly Connect. This is because Pabbly Connect is now integrated with Google Slides. So what if I create a new slide? Okay, so what if I create a new slide? So let me just go to the template gallery. Okay, just let me scroll down and I'm going to go to student certificate. Okay, so it's opening up. Okay, so we are going with a theme. So how about this one? Okay, so it's look bit classy now. It's just the same. How about this one? Okay, nope. How about this one? Okay, so this looks much better. Okay, so basically this is the slide. Okay, so I'm going to rename the slide. Okay, so the name of the slide is blood drive participation certificates. Okay, blood drive participation certificates. Okay, so let me just click on yes. Okay, so a new slide called as blood drive participation certificates has been created. So this is the name, and let me go to Pabbly Connect. Okay, and when I click on refresh, I can expect to find this newly created slide, newly created template in the drop down. So let me just refresh this. Okay, so let's explore. So participation certificates, yes, this is the one, blood drive participation certificates. Okay, so as you can see, we have two blanks, title of the new presentation and new presentation location. We will deal with that later. So how about I introduce something called as dynamic tags. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going back to my slide. Okay, and in the slide, I'm going to just remove this. Okay, remove this part. And I'm just going to type two pair of curly brackets. And in the curly brackets, I'm just going to type name. Okay, so let us go back to our Pabbly Connect and let me just refresh this. Okay, so when I click on refresh, I can expect to find a new data field called as name. Okay, interesting, isn't it? Okay, so basically my point is anytime a new dynamic tag is entered here, a data field will enter here. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to make some changes, more changes here. How about we just remove this whole line. Congratulations. Okay, so and I'm just going to increase its size. Okay, that would do. Congratulations. And for volunteering to donate blood, donate your, and here I'm planning to enter the blood group. So I'm going to create a tag for the blood group. So again, a pair of curly brackets, and here I'm just going to type blood group. Okay, for volunteering to donate your blood group, and dot keep up the great work. Keep up the great work. Okay, so let me just remove all these lines. I don't like that. And here I'm going to mention the class, curly brackets. Okay, inside the curly brackets, I'm just again going to mention class. Okay, so class it is, and here I'm going to enter a space. Okay, I'm just going to drag this to the left, and let me just add roll number also. So we are going to create a new field for roll number, curly brackets, and roll number. Okay, so this is going to be the field for roll number, and there was something else, that is the date. Okay, date. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going back to Pabbly Connect and I'm again going to refresh this. So this time, not just name, we will have the tags called as the data fields like the blood group, the class, the roll number, as well as the date. So let me just click on refresh. Okay, so it is just trying to refresh. Okay, so as you can see, we do have the data fields, the name, the blood group, class, roll number, as well as the date. Okay, so we will deal with that later. Now coming to the title of the presentation. So basically we are going to create a new certificate from this particular slide. Okay, from this particular slide we are going to create a new certificate. Now to create a new certificate, we have to give a title to that certificate. So what we are going to do here is we are going to use the name. Okay, so the name of the certificate will be based on the name of the student. Okay, I'm going to enter dash, and here is the roll number dash, and of course the class. Okay, so this will be the title of the certificate. So that's done. Now coming to the new present location. So basically when the new certificate will be created, it should be stored in my Google Drive. So let me just take you to my Google Drive. So this is my Google Drive. So as you can see, these are all the folders I have. So let me just take you back to Pabbly Connect. Okay, so these are all the folders that is present in my Google Drive. So as you can see, it is showing anti-corruption certificates, blood drive certificates, certificates PDF folder, PDF storage, blood drive certificate, all those things. Okay, so basically all those certificates, all those folders that is present here is being simply reflected here. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to create a new folder in my drive. So let me just click on new. Okay, and I'm just going to create a new folder. So the name of the folder is blood donation participation certificates. Awesome. The reason I'm writing such a big name is because I already have a folder called as blood donation participation, something like that. So that is why I'm just trying to create a bigger name so that I can easily recognize it. Okay, so let me just go back to Pabbly Connect. Okay, so we have created a folder in our Google Drive. So basically that certificate, this newly created certificate will be stored in this particular folder. So let me just click on refresh. Let's check whether we have this newly created yes, we do have this folder, that is blood donation participation certificates. Awesome. Okay, so this is the location where our newly created certificate will be stored. Okay, now coming to the name, blood groups, class, and the roll number. So let's start mapping all those details. So this is the mapping button, and when we click this, we will find all the details here. Okay, let me just okay, so the name is Tommy Jones. So basically what will happen here is that Tommy Jones will be entered here. Okay, congratulations Tommy Jones. And similarly the class field will be entered, the roll number will be entered, and of course the date. So that's what we are planning to do. So this is the blood group. Okay, so the blood group is AB positive. So the AB positive will come here. Okay, and then we have the class. So the class is 12th, so the class will come here. Okay, now coming to the roll number is 23. So the roll number, you obviously know where it will come, that the roll number will come here. Now coming to the date. Okay, so let's start mapping the date. So this is the date. Now there is one issue. Okay, so as you can see, this format, the date is not really looking good. So what we are going to do here is we are going to convert it into a human readable format. So to convert it into a human readable format, so I'm just going to introduce one more action window. So in the choose app, how about we make it as a date time formatter? Okay, because we are going to format date time. Now in the action event, how about we make it as format date only? Okay, then click on connect with date time formatter. So basically what we have to do is we are just going to click on the mapping button. Okay, so this is the date that we want to format. We have selected it, and to the format that we want to change is so this is the format that we want to change. How about this one? Okay, this is the one we want. Okay, day, month, and the full year. Okay, so let me just click on save. Okay, so when we click on save, we have the human readable version of the date, that is 25/3/2021, that is 25th of March 2021. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to click on connect once again and just click on save. Okay, so let me just scroll down. Okay, so let me just remove this. We don't want this. This was a very clumsy date format, and we have the awesome date. Okay, so this is the date we want. So when I click on save and send test request, it will create a certificate. Okay, I repeat again, it will create a certificate, and the certificate will be found in this particular folder. Okay, so let's do the experiment. Let me just click on save and send test request. Okay, so the API response is showing that the data has been sent. So basically, it means that we have indeed created a new certificate. So let's explore our drive. So this is our drive. So let's see. I'm just double clicking it. Okay, so this is the name as we wanted, Tommy Jones 2312. So basically, Tommy Jones, that's the name. Then we have the roll number, and of course, we have the class. And let's explore the certificate. So this is the certificate. Congratulations, Tommy Jones, for volunteering to donate your AB positive. Okay, there should have been a blood, AB positive blood, but I have forgotten about that. So let's keep it that way, and keep up the great work. And this is the class, this is the roll number, and of course this is the date. So we have got the rough presentation of the certificate. So basically, this is what we want to do. We will be sending this certificate to Tommy Jones. Now, what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to take you back to Pabbly Connect, okay? And we want to share this particular certificate, okay? This particular certificate to on WhatsApp to Tommy Jones. Now, there is something I need to show you. So as you can see, we have this file status as private to me only. So basically, we want to share this file to anyone. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going back to Pabbly Connect, okay? And in the another window, in the another action window, in the choose app, we are going to make it as Google Drive, okay? And in the action event, how about we make it as share a file with anyone, okay? So as I am going to repeat again, at present it is showing the status as private to me only. So when I click on connect with Google Drive, okay, in the new credentials, I'm just again going to click on connect with Google Drive. So this is my account. I'm selecting this one. Confirm my choice. Let me just click on allow. Okay, so it is showing the authorization is successful. Just press OK. So as you can see, the file ID is by default showing Tommy Jones 23 and 12th. So basically, this is a static ID. We want a dynamic ID because we have many students to share the file with. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to toggle this to the right. Okay, so this is the file ID. So basically, this is the file ID when the presentation certificate was created. So basically, we have to map this particular detail here. So again, at present, we have the dynamic, we have the static ID. So I'm just going to remove this, okay, and let me just introduce the dynamic one. So this is the one we want, okay, and we have mapped it. Okay, so let me just click on save and send test request. Okay, so it is processing. Yes, the API response is showing the data. So let us explore the certificate once again. So this is the certificate. Oh, I'm sorry, this is the certificate. Okay, so at present we have a different icon here. So it is showing at present anyone with the link. Okay, so basically we have changed the status. So now it's ready. So now we are ready to share this particular certificate to Tommy Jones or to any other student. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going back to Pabbly Connect, okay, and I'm going to use chat API to send the message on WhatsApp. So let me just click on chat API. Let me just type chat API. Okay, so in the action event, how about we make it as send a link? Okay, then just again click on connect with chat API. In the new credentials, we have the API URL as well as the token. So to get the API URL as well as the token, let me just go back to chat API. So this is the API, okay, API URL. Let me just copy this and I'm going to paste it here. This is the API URL you want. Copied this and I have pasted it here. Similarly with the token, I'm just going to copy this. Okay, I'm just going to copy this and I'm going to paste it here. So we have entered the token. So we have the API URL as well as the token. So let me just click on save. Okay, so when you click on save, a set of blanks has appeared in front of you. The purpose of these blanks is very simple. We are going to compose a message in Chat API to send it on WhatsApp from the data that we have received from Google Forms via Pabbly Connect. Now let's start mapping. So we don't have any data regarding the contact or the group. So we are just going to ignore this. Now coming to the phone number, we are just going to click on the mapping button. Okay, and the phone number we have derived is here. So this is the phone number and we have mapped it. Awesome. Now coming to the body. So basically the body of the message will be the link of the certificate. So the link of the certificate is this. So let me just take you above and let me show you the link of the certificate. Okay, so this is the one application PDF. Okay, so this is the one we want to send. Okay, so we are going to map this particular detail here. So let me just click on this mapping button, click here and let me just map the certificate. Okay, map the PDF. So we have mapped the PDF link. Okay, so it has been mapped. So let me just check whether we have entered the correct PDF link. Okay, so this is export link application PDF. Okay, so let me just check export link application PDF. Excellent. Okay, now coming to this part called as base 64 encoded. So I'm just going to type up a pair of curly brackets, two pair of curly brackets, one enclosed in the other, and I'm just going to type skip. So basically we are going to completely ignore this particular field. Okay, so all you have to do, or in case if you don't want to type it, you just copy this and just paste it here. Okay, now coming to the title, we are going to just type in the title blood donation participation certificates. Okay, certificate. Okay, now coming to the description, we don't have any data regarding the description, so we are just or we can just type something like hello, but I think it's will be quite repetitive. So hello Tommy Jones, this is your certificate. I'm sorry, certificate. Okay, so when I click on save and send test request, it will send a WhatsApp message containing this particular link. Okay, so when Tommy Jones opens this link, he will get the PDF of the certificate. So let me just click on save and send test request. So basically this is the certificate link that Tommy Jones has received. All he has to do is just click on this link and download the PDF of the certificate. Excellent. So this was all about integrating Google Forms, Google Slide, and WhatsApp using Chat API. Now, before you go, let me just explain you the whole mechanism in a nutshell. So I'm just going to minimize this action window. Okay, and I'm going to minimize this action window. Going to minimize this action window. Okay, going to minimize this action window, and of course I'm going to minimize the trigger window. So basically this is the whole process in a nutshell. First you integrated Google Forms to Pabbly Connect, and then you have used the datetime formatter to change the clumsy datetime format into a more human readable format. And of course using Google Slide you have created a certificate, and you have used the Google Drive to share this file. Okay, so earlier this file was present as private, now it is accessible to anyone with the link. Now of course you have used Chat API to send the WhatsApp message. Excellent. Hello everyone. So in this video we will learn how to share Google Slides presentation on LinkedIn directly from Google Sheets. So the idea is that I'm going to enter some data in my Google Sheets, and using that data we are going to create a new post on LinkedIn. Now the problem here is there is no direct integration between Google Sheets, Google Slides, Google Drive and LinkedIn. So that is why we will be using an integration and automation software called as Pabbly Connect that will integrate Google Sheets, Google Slide, Google Drive and LinkedIn. The best part of using Pabbly Connect is a person without any technical background can perform this little integration very easily. Now before I show you the steps, how about we begin with a real-time example. Okay, so this is my Google Sheet and this is my LinkedIn account. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to enter some details and create a row in this Google Sheet, and then we are going to check whether a new post is created in LinkedIn automatically or not. So we have this post, okay, social media and kids, and this is basically the subject that I'm going to add. Okay, so this is the subject. Okay, let me just add the content. Okay, so this is the title, social media and kids, and this is the subject. Social media can also pose risk for your child. These risks include being exposed to inappropriate or upsetting content, and rest of the details. So let's have a look. Do we have the same post on LinkedIn? As you can see, a new post has arrived, and let me just straight away go to the profile. Okay, and let us explore. Do we have a post on social media and kids? Okay, so as you can see, a new presentation on social media and kids. And let me just show you the slides. So if someone clicks on this particular post, a PDF will be automatically downloaded. So let me just open that PDF. Okay, so this is the PDF. Okay, as you can see, this was the title, social media and kids, and then we have the rest of the content. So you must be thinking, how did I do it? How did I manage to send the data from Google Sheets to Google Slide and LinkedIn? So basically here we are using an integration and automation software called as Pabbly Connect that has integrated Google Sheets, Google Slide, Google Drive and LinkedIn. Now before I show you the steps of integrating these platforms, let me just show you a small perspective how this integration will be performed. Okay, so these are the steps that we have to follow. Now in the step 1, you are going to integrate Google Sheets and Pabbly Connect with the help of webhook URL. So basically you're just going to copy the webhook URL from Pabbly Connect and paste it into your Google Sheets. Now after that you are going to create a dummy row in Google Sheets, and the date of that dummy row will be automatically be available in Pabbly Connect. After that, we have the step 3. That is, you are going to create a presentation from a template in Google Slide from the data that we have collected from Google Sheets via Pabbly Connect. Now, in the 4th step, you are going to save that presentation in Google Drive and also create a shareable link. After that, you are going to create a post in LinkedIn using that shareable link. So the importance of creating this workflow is all you have to do is just build this integration for once, and whenever you add a new row in Google Sheets, automatically a post will be created in LinkedIn. Awesome. So to begin the process, in the new tab, just type pabbly.com, 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 press enter. Okay, so this is the website of pabbly.com. All you have to do is just click on sign up for free. Here you can build your own account in just 2 minutes. In my case, I have already built an account, so when I click here, I will be brought to the app section of Pabbly. So this is the app section of Pabbly. Scroll down and here you will find connect. Just click on access now. Okay, so basically at the top right corner, you will find a button, create workflow. Click this. A dialog box appears in front of you. It is asking you to give a name to this workflow. I'm going to give it as Google Sheets. Google Sheets to Google Slides. Why Google Slides? Because we are going to create a slide or a presentation from a default template in Google Slide. Now, we also want Google Drive because we are going to save that particular slide in Google Drive and linked in. Okay, Google Sheets to Google Slides to Google Drive to LinkedIn. Straight away, just click on create. Of course, you can give any name according to your discretion. It's totally on you. So when you click on create, you will find 2 windows, the trigger window as well as the action window. Now we want to send the data from Google Sheets, so I'm adding Google Sheets here. Google Sheets it is. So the essence is we are just trying to integrate Google Sheets and Pabbly Connect. So in the trigger event, I have mentioned it as new spreadsheet row. There is only one trigger event for Google Sheets at this point. Now, as you can see, these are the steps we have to follow to integrate Google Sheets and Pabbly Connect. Now, before I integrate Google Sheets and Pabbly Connect, how about I create a new Google Sheet? So the idea is that I'm going to teach you everything from scratch, from creating a Google Sheet and integrating it with Pabbly Connect, sending the data and all that stuff. So let me just click on blank. So we have 2 columns. We need 2 columns, that is title and subject. Of course, you can change the topics accordingly, the columns accordingly. You can bring in more columns, but I'm happy with 2 of them. Okay. The name of the sheet will be Slides and Sheets. Okay. Slides and LinkedIn. That would be much appropriate. LinkedIn. Okay. Yeah. So we are going to integrate this Google Sheet to Pabbly Connect. Now there is something I have to tell you. Here I'm working in a normal window, but in case if you have trouble authenticating Google Sheets and Pabbly Connect, you must consider working on incognito mode. Because if you have multiple Gmail accounts and working with Google Sheets and Pabbly Connect, there will be a problem of authentication. So this is to avoid authentication errors, please work on incognito mode. That will be much appropriate. Okay, so we have added 2 columns, title as well as the subject. Now we are going to integrate this Google Sheet to Pabbly Connect, and this is how it's done. You go to add-ons, click on Pabbly Connect Webhooks. Now when you click on add-ons, you will find an add-on Pabbly Connect Webhooks. But since you're beginning fresh, all you have to do is just click on get add-ons. Okay. So the idea is that we are going to first install Pabbly Connect Webhooks in your Google Sheet. Now, when you click on get add-ons, you will find Google Workspace Marketplace in front of you. In the search, just type Pabbly Connect Webhooks, this one. Okay, so it is showing Pabbly Connect Webhooks is already installed in my system. In your case, all you have to do is just click on this button and Pabbly Connect Webhooks will be installed in your Google Sheet also. Now, after installing Pabbly Connect Webhooks, do not forget to refresh your Google Sheet. I repeat this again. After installing Pabbly Connect Webhooks, do not forget to refresh your Google Sheet. So let me cancel this. I'm assuming that you have integrated, you have installed Pabbly Connect Webhooks and also refresh your Google Sheet. Go back to add-ons, Pabbly Connect Webhooks. Just click on initial setup. Okay, so this is the window of initial setup, and here we have to fill 2 fields, the webhook URL as well as the trigger column. So this is the webhook URL you want. Copy this and simply paste it here. Easy. Then we have to mention the trigger column. The trigger column is always the last data entry column. In our case, the last data entry column is column B. So I'm going to mention the trigger column as column B. Just straight away click on submit. Okay, so we have integrated this particular Google Sheet to Pabbly Connect. Now what I'm going to do here is there is a minor thing that we have to solve. Okay, just click on send on event. Go back to Pabbly Connect webhooks. Under the initial setup, you will find send on event. So this will ensure that anytime column B is filled, doesn't matter which row it will keep on sending the data to Pabbly Connect. And Pabbly Connect is now waiting for the data. Awesome. Okay. So what's next? So what we're going to do here is we are going to make a dummy entry. So let me just make some entry. So this will be on digital marketing. Digital marketing benefits. So this will be the title of the presentation, digital marketing benefits. And let me just add a small subject. Okay, so this is the small subject I have added. The main advantage of digital marketing that a targeted audience can be reached in a cost and effective way. The other marketing advantages include increasing brand loyalty and so and so. So this is the subject and column B has been filled. So let's have a look. Since Pabbly Connect is integrated with this Google Sheet, has Pabbly Connect captured the data or not? So it is showing it is waiting for the data. Just give it 1 or 2 seconds and yes, we do have the data. So this is the title, digital marketing benefits, and this is the subject. Okay, the main advantage, the same stuff that we had added here is now here also. Also we have the row index 2. This is because this is indeed row index 2. Okay, row number 2. So using these details, we are going to create a slide. Okay, that can be sent to LinkedIn as a post. So first of all, we are going to make sure that we are going to work with Google Slides. Okay, Google Slides it is. Okay, so now in the action event, how about we make it as create a presentation from a template. Okay, this one, create a presentation from a template. Now what we're going to do here is, this is my Google slide and I'm going to first create a template, and that template will be basically a prototype to create other slides. So let me just name this as digital marketing template. I'm sorry. Okay, digital marketing template. So this will be our template. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is, let me just add an image or something. It will look good. Okay, so digital marketing PNG. This one, let me just click on open. Okay, so let me just add this to the right side. Okay, let me just click on present to check how does it look. Okay, it looks good. Okay, yeah, I think this would work. Digital marketing template. So we will be working with this slide. Now what we are going to do here is we have to add a title as well as a subject. So let me just first go to Pabbly Connect, and first we are going to integrate this slide to Pabbly Connect. So let me just click on connect. And let's go with the new connection. Just click on connect with Google Slides. Okay, so this particular Google slide, okay, that is basically our template, is present in this account. Okay, so let me just click here. So this is the Gmail account I'm using. Now before you click on continue, let me just remind you something. Pabbly Connect doesn't take any chances with your data. Your data is 100% safe and secure with us. Okay, so we have by default it is showing template presentation, digital marketing template. So these are all the templates we have, all the slides we have in my Google Drive or in my Gmail account. Now I'm interested in working with this one only, digital marketing template. Okay. Now it is mentioning 2 fields, title of the new presentation and new presentation's location. We will deal with these 2 fields later. Now let me just first introduce you to the concept of dynamic tags. Let me just show you a magic first. So let me just add 2 pairs of curly brackets. Okay, and in the curly bracket, let me just add title. Okay, simple. I have not done anything special. I just added 2 pairs of curly brackets, and inside the pair of curly brackets I have mentioned title, nothing more. So when I go to Pabbly Connect, okay, and when I click on refresh, I can expect to find a new field called as title in this window. As you can see, we have one more field, okay, a new field called as title. I hope it is getting clear to you. We add something in these pair of curly brackets, it will be reflected as a field. Okay, if you're still interested, let me just add one more field. But before that, let me just minimize the font size, okay, because our subject is actually pretty big. Okay, and let me just add subject. Subject it is. Okay, let me just increase the size. Okay, that will do. So this will be the title, and then we have the subject. And what I'm planning to do here is, how about we just bring the title a bit up. Okay, and the subject also, I'm just going to push it upwards. I think this will work. Okay, so what's next? So let me just go to Pabbly Connect. Okay, and let me just once again click on refresh. So we will have one more field called as subject. Yes, as you can see, we have one more field, that is subject. So we are going to enter the details in this particular part, okay, in both of this part, and it will be created as a new presentation or a new slide. Let me show you how it's done. So we have the title of the new presentation. So when we create a new presentation or when we create a new slide, okay, so we actually need to have the name for it, okay. At the same time, we also need the location where it will be stored. Let me just show you how it's done. So what I'm going to do here is, if you're not understanding what's going on, basically the point is, using this particular template, we are going to create a new slide, okay, and that new slide should have a unique name. Now, to have a unique name, I'm planning to just click here, and let me just add the name. Okay, so this will be the name, okay, which is also the title. But at the same time, I'm just planning to add one more thing, or let's say LinkedIn. Okay, so this will be the name of the slide, as well as this will be the total name of the slide. Okay, now what we are going to do here is, we also have to mention the location. Okay, so what's the deal with the location? So as I mentioned, when a new slide will be created, it has to be stored somewhere. Now I am planning to store it in my Google Drive. If you're not understanding it, please bear with me. You will understand it in a minute. It's totally very easy. Okay, so this is my Google Drive, and I'm planning to create a new slide in my Google Drive in a particular folder. So this is my Google Drive account, and I'm just going to create a new folder first. Okay, the reason I'm going to create a new folder is because LinkedIn files. Because when a new slide is created, I want to make sure that slide is created in a particular folder. So a new folder called as a LinkedIn files has been created. Okay, so at present we don't have any slide at this point. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is, I'm just going to click on refresh. Okay, so technically these are all the folders I have in my Google Drive. Okay, these are all the folders that is present in my Google Drive. Let me just show you all those folders. So as you can see, these are all the folders that is present in my Google Drive is being reflected here, because Google Drive is now integrated with Pabbly Connect. Let's deal with that later, but this is the folder that I'm interested in, LinkedIn files. Okay, so when a new slide will be created from this particular template, it will be stored in this particular folder. Okay, that is LinkedIn file. Okay, if you don't understand it, it's totally fine. So this will be the name of the presentation, and let me just add the title. So let me just click here and let me just add the title. So the title is Digital Marketing Benefits, and this particular detail will come here, Digital Marketing Benefits. Okay, then what? Then we are going to add the subject. We click here, and this is the subject. Now if you can't understand where this data came from, so this is where the data came from. Okay, and this came from here, Google Sheets. So what I'm going to do here is, we have mentioned that a slide will be created from this particular template. Okay, and the name of the newly created slide will be Digital Marketing Benefits -LinkedIn, and it will be stored in this particular folder, LinkedIn files. And after that, the name of that the title will be Digital Marketing Benefits, and the subject will be this. Okay, so all you have to do at this point is just click on save and send test request. Okay, so the response is a positive one. So let me just go to my Google Drive, and as you can see, we have the folder that is LinkedIn file, and this is a newly created slide. So let's explore this slide. Okay, as you can see, we have this particular slide, Digital Marketing Benefits. Let me just present this. Okay, so as you can see, this is the post that will be shared on LinkedIn. We have the title, Digital Marketing Benefits, and this is the subject, the main advantage, and so and so. Okay, so I hope this time it is getting clear. So at the same time, you also notice something, that this is the unique name that we were focusing on, Digital Marketing Benefits -LinkedIn. Okay, so this is the unique name for this particular slide. So we have not only created a slide, we have also stored it in a particular folder in Google Drive. Awesome. So what's next? Now there is something else I have to show you. As you can see at this point, this particular share file is private only. Basically it means that it can't be shared with anyone. Now we have to make sure that this file has to be shared on LinkedIn, because some person will be going to open this file, and this file has to be shown to him. I mean, the person should see that file. Now without sharing, without making sure this has a shareable link, we can't do that. So first we are going to create a shareable link. Okay, so remember this. Okay, at present it has a lock symbol. Okay, it has a lock symbol and it is showing private to only me. Now I'm going to show you a magic. Okay, now this particular file is stored in my Google Drive. So in this action window, we are going to deal with Google Drive. Google Drive it is. Okay, so now in the action event, how about we make it as share a file with anyone? This one. Okay, this is because we actually want to share a file. Okay, so where is share a file with anyone? This one. Just simply click on connect. We are going with a new connection. Just click on connect with Google Drive. Okay, so these are the series of Gmail accounts I have. Now my Google Drive is connected with this Gmail account. Okay, and you already know the process. Just simply click on continue. Okay, so I think the authorization is successful. Excellent. Okay, now by default it is showing the file ID as digital marketing benefit -LinkedIn. Okay, now the problem here is this is a static ID. So what's the deal with the static ID? Now we are going to create a ton of slides, but if this file ID is kept as static, this thing won't change. So we have to make sure that we have a dynamic ID. Now when a file was created, okay, when this slide was created, it also generated a unique ID. Oh, this is the unique ID we want. Okay, so this is the ID for this particular slide. Every slide that is created will have their own unique ID. So first what we're going to do here is I'm going to toggle this to the right. I'm going to remove this. Okay, just click here and we are going to map the ID. Okay, the point of this whole process is we have to make sure that slide that has been created is a shareable one. So at this point, all you have to do is just click on save and send test request. Okay, so it is now showing anyone with a link. Okay, as you can see, it is showing anyone with a link, and we do have many options. It can be shared as a PDF, it can be shared as an XML format, it can be just shared as a plain text, but at present we are interested in sharing as a PDF. Okay, so we are going to share this as a PDF. Okay, so that's interesting. Now the interesting thing, the magical thing that I want to show you is that the lock has changed to shareable one. As you can see, it is now showing as a link. Okay, anyone with the link. So this was the magic I wanted to show you, and this happened because of this action window. Now what? Now we are going to share it finally on LinkedIn. So let me just introduce one more action window, and here in the choose app I'm going to mention it as LinkedIn. LinkedIn it is. Now in the action event, let me just click on share an article or a URL. Just simply click on connect. We are going with a new connection. Just click on connect with LinkedIn. Okay, so it is automatically signing in because LinkedIn is connected with LinkedIn is automatically open. The LinkedIn is present here. Okay, basically it means I have already signed in, that is why it has connected with me. Now by default it is showing the author as Aaron. This is because this is my account, Aaron Manuel, and it has already mapped that particular detail here. Now we have to mention the content. Now the content will be basically our post detail. Okay, so the post detail is a new presentation on social media and kids. So you can just directly name the title of that particular slide, or I'm just going with a new PDF on, and let me just map the name, a new PDF on digital marketing benefit. Okay, or let's go with a new post on, digital marketing benefits. Okay, now we have to mention the article URL. So this is something that I have mentioned earlier. We are going to send it as a PDF. So this is the link that we want. So I'm just going to map this particular detail here. We click here, we click here, and we have mapped the PDF URL. Okay, so this is the PDF URL. Now we have two choices in case of visibility, public or connection. I'm going with the simple public. Just click on save and send test request. So it has returned an ID. So basically it means that the response is a positive one. So let's explore in LinkedIn. Do we have this particular detail? So, okay, so this is the post, a new post on digital marketing benefits. And when we click here or someone clicks here, he will have a downloadable PDF, and let's explore this particular PDF. Okay, so digital marketing benefit, and it has been created using data from Google Sheets as well as Google Slide. Now, the presence of this particular PDF indicates that we have a successful integration between Google Sheets, Google Slide, Google Drive as well as LinkedIn. Now, before you leave, let me just explain you the whole mechanism in a nutshell. It's actually a pretty awesome workflow. Okay, so you just enter some data in Google Sheets, and voila, you have a post on LinkedIn. And this post can be downloaded as PDF. Awesome. So in the first integration, we have integrated Google Sheets and Pabbly Connect, and after that, you have used the data from Google Sheets to create a presentation from a template. And after that, you have made sure that this particular file is saved in Google Drive, and this file is now shareable with others. And you just copied and pasted this shareable URL in LinkedIn. And after that, there is a post or an article on LinkedIn. So now there is a perfect flow of data between Google Sheets, Google Slide, Google Drive, and LinkedIn. The importance of creating this workflow is all you have to do is just create a workflow for once, and whenever a new data is entered in Google Sheet, it will be reflected as a post on LinkedIn. Awesome.
In this video, I'll show you how to create personalized certificates and send on WhatsApp automatically. So the idea here is I have all the participants or the students' data into my Google Sheets. So I'm going to set an automation in between Google Sheets, Google Slides and WhatsApp in such a way that the participants' data will be fetched up automatically. The certificate will be created automatically using the participants' data, and once the certificate is created, it will even get sent automatically on the WhatsApp number of the participant whose data is mentioned in my Google Sheets. Yes, it is possible. So if you also want to automate the certificate creation and certificate sending process, come with me and I will show you the whole process step by step. So this is my spreadsheet where I'm having all the data of my participants, and using this data I'm going to create a certificate using this template which I have created into Google Slides, and after that I'm going to send the same certificate on the WhatsApp number of the participant, and I'm going to do that by connecting these three applications. And for connection I'm going to use this software, that is Pabbly Connect. It is an amazing integration and automation software via which you can easily connect multiple applications and automate your task. Well, you can also reach here by typing pabbly.com/connect. I will also attach this link into my description box. Now, if you are a new user of Pabbly Connect, you will have to sign up for free, where you will also get free tasks every month in your account in order to test these kinds of amazing automation. Well, I'm already an existing user of Pabbly Connect, so that is why I'm clicking on sign in. Then I have clicked on access now, and this is how I have reached to the dashboard of Pabbly Connect. After that, you will have to click on this blue button, that is create workflow, and simply provide a random name to your workflow, to your automation. So I am pasting the name as connect to Google Sheets, Google Slides and interact. Now you must be thinking, what is this interact? So basically it is an application for sending the WhatsApp messages, and I am going to send the WhatsApp messages using interact only in this particular automation. Let me also mention here as the WhatsApp. So connect to Google Sheets, Google Slides and interact to basically the WhatsApp and automate the certificate creation and sending. Okay, now click on this blue button create, and after that you will find two boxes in front of you. So these are actually trigger and action. So trigger means when this happens, action means do this. So whenever this happens, do this. Understand with an example also. Whenever a sale happen in a payment gateway application, let's say, send an email via Gmail application. And here, according to our use case, whenever you add the data of participants in Google Sheets, automatically create a certificate in Google Slides application and then send the certificate using interact application. Okay, so this is how you need to always select the applications in which you are building an automation. And here I'm building an automation in between Google Sheets, Google Slides and interact. So that is why as a first application I have selected Google Sheets, and I want as soon as someone is going to add new data or update a spreadsheet row, this automation should start trigger. Okay, and after I have selected these two, here you can see it has provided me a webhook URL and few set of instruction. Okay, so the idea here is we are going to connect our spreadsheet in which I'm having all the participants data with the Pabbly Connect, so that firstly we can capture this data inside Pabbly Pabbly Connect, and then we are going to send the same data to different application or to the Google Slides and Interact application. Okay, so follow my instructions, copy this webhook URL, go to your spreadsheet, click on extension, click on add-ons, click on get add-ons, and here search for the Pabbly Connect webhooks add-on. Alright, so I'm searching for the same, that is Pabbly Connect webhooks add-on. Well, this add-on is already installed into my account, so that is why I'm not going to install it again. But make sure whenever you are building the connection for the first time, you will have to firstly install this add-on. And after the installation is done, you will again have to click on this extension, and here exactly you will find your add-on. So open this add-on by clicking on this initial step, and here exactly we are going to paste the same webhook URL which we have just received via Pabbly Connect only. Okay, so I'm going to erase this existing one, and then I'm going to add this new webhook URL. And what is this trigger column? So you will have to read the instructions. The trigger column will be a final data column on which if the data is added, the whole of that data, the whole of that row data will be sent to the webhook URL. Okay, so basically it is asking to specify a trigger column. So basically up to which particular column when the data is filled, the automation should trigger. Okay, so I want that whenever the data is filled up to C column, this automation should trigger. So that is why I'm going to specify C as the trigger column. Now I'm going to click on the send test button, and you will see it is actually waiting for the webhook response, but now the same Google Sheet response will be received via Pabbly Connect as soon as I have clicked on that send test button. And here exactly also you can see the test data sent successfully. Okay, so simply click on submit and click on close, and this is how we were able to connect to Google Sheets and Pabbly Connect, and we were able to send Google Sheets data to Pabbly Connect. And let me even show you the response, the details one by one. So here we have the WhatsApp number of the students, here we have the trigger column, the spreadsheet name, we even have the name of the person and the email ID. Okay, so this is how the presence of this data clearly shows that the first step of our automation, of our integration is working absolutely fine. Now we are going to send the same data to Google Slides application, and using a template which I have created into my Google Slides, I am going to create certificates in bulk. Okay, so coming back to Pabbly Connect and search for the Google Slides here. And once you have selected the application, in the action event, we are going to choose this create presentation from a template, because I have already created a very nice template into my Google Slides. Okay, and here you can see I have provided the heading as certificate of completion. Okay, and further I have this congratulations, then the student name. Now you must be thinking that why I have kept the student name within the curly braces, and even the date as well I have kept in the curly braces. So basically I want that this student name and this date should be changed automatically, and this is how the certificate, the bulk certificate creation should be done. So that is why I have intentionally specified these two things in the form of variable, because these values are going to be changed. And how it is going to done, let me show you. So coming back to Pabbly Connect, firstly click on connect, and just like we have connected Google Sheets with Pabbly Connect, we are going to connect our Google Slides with Pabbly Connect. Okay, so simply sign in with Google. Basically the account, it will ask you the account in which you are creating. You have created this template. Okay, well I have already connected my Google Slide account previously with the Pabbly Connect, so that is why I will go with the existing connection, but make sure that you choose this new connection and sign in with Google. Okay, so this is how the authorization will be successful, and my Google Slides account will be connected with the Pabbly Connect. Now here you can see it is connected, and the very first thing it is asking for the template presentation. So here you can see whatever the templates are available into my Google Slides account are visible here since we are connected, and I will choose this template of course completion certificate which I have created specifically for this certificate creation. Okay, so let me search for the same, and here is that template presentation. Now it is asking for title of new presentation. Basically basically whatever the presentation we are going to create, what should be the name of that presentation. So firstly, I am going to write it as certificate of, and here I will write it, I will provide a hyphen, and then I want the name of the participant. But the name of the participant will change every time, so that is why I cannot specify it manually. I'll have to map it. And how mapping can be performed in Pabbly Connect? It is very simple. We are going to map this data which we have received in our previous system, and I don't need to manually copy this data and paste it here. We are going to map it, and mapping is very simple. Simply click on this particular field and you will find the above data here in the drop down, and you just need to map that particular data. You just need to select that particular data. Okay, so this is how I have mapped the name of the participant. Now it is asking that new presentation location. Basically you need to specify that in which particular Google Drive folder this certificate should be located. Okay, choose new presentation location from here. So I have already created a folder with the name new certificates. Okay, let me maximize it so that you can see it clearly. Into my Google Drive I have created new certificates folder. So I'm going to search for the same. Let me search for the same new certificates. All right, it is the same folder. Asking for the student name and date. Well, these are the same variables which I have kept into my Google Slides. Here you can see, assume that instead of these two things I want to change 3 data or 4 data into my certificate. In that case those 4 variables will be visible here. Basically whatever the number of variables you are going to keep here, all those variables will be visible here, since we have selected specifically the particular presentation. Okay, so it is asking for the name and the date. So the student name should be again changed automatically, so that is why I'm going to map it. And as I have told you, we are going to map the data from the data which we have received from our Google Sheets. Asking for the date. Well, date is something which is not going to change. This date will be the same in every certificate. So instead of mapping this data from the sheet data, I am going to provide this data manually, and here I am going to provide the date of 15th of January, because everyone has completed the course on 15th of January only. Okay, let me correct the spelling as well. 15th January 2023. Okay, and since I am providing this data manually, this data will remain same in every certificate, and whatever the data I have mapped here will be changed automatically when this automation will work in real time or in next time. Okay, so this is the importance of mapping. That is why mapping is important, and this is how this automation is going to take place. Now I am going to click on this button save and send test request, and you will see how the certificate will be created on this specified Google Drive folder. I'll have to wait for the response, and here you can see right in front of you the certificate is created. Let me open this certificate in front of you, and you will be able to see that the same name and the same date has been placed automatically, and this is how one certificate has been created. Now I will show you later that how the bulk certificate creation is possible. Okay, for now I'm going to close this particular certificate, coming back to Pabbly Connect, and here let me show you a very interesting thing, that currently the permission of this particular certificate is actually restricted. Okay, so if I'll click on this share button, you will be able to notice that the permission is restricted, and we do not even have the link of this certificate into the response. Here you can see I have received only 4 details, and in this 4 details I do not have the link of that certificate. So how and what I am going to send on WhatsApp? Okay, so in order to get the link of this presentation of this Google slide, this certificate, I'll have to add one more step here, and also before I send this certificate to anyone, I'll have to change its permission. Otherwise I won't be able to share it with anyone. Okay, so how I'm going to do that? Simply click on this plus icon and search for the Google Drive here. Yes, with the help of Google Drive action step, we are going to change the permission. Okay, so in action event, you will have to search for the same action event, that is share a file with anyone. Yes, we are going to change the permission of our file. Okay, and again I'll go with the existing connection, but you will have to go with the new connection only. Okay, so simply click on save, and this is how my Google Drive account will be also connected with Pabbly Connect. Now it is asking for the file ID. ID. Okay, so instead of selecting this particular certificate from the drop down, I am going to map the file ID. Why? Because if I'll select the same certificate here, it will remain same because I am providing this value manually. Okay, so that is why I am going to map this data so that the certificate will be changed automatically when this automation will work in real time. And from where I am going to get this file ID? Well, into my previous step only, I have received the file ID of the very same certificate. Okay, so let me show you. In the response of this file ID, I have this ID. I am going to map it, and as I have told you, mapping is very simple. I don't need to manually copy and paste the data here. Simply click on this particular drop down, and this is how you can map your things. Okay, I'll be clicking on this button, save and send test request, and you will see how the permission of this particular slide will be changed automatically. Here you can see the response is received going back to my folder, and then I'll have to recheck the permission of this particular slide, this particular certificate. All right, and here you can see currently anyone with the link, the permission has been changed. Okay, and let me even show you that in the response of this particular step, I have also received the link of the very same certificate, that too into the PDF format. Okay, so if I am going to open this particular link right in front of you, it is the same certificate which can be downloaded very easily. Here you can see it is getting downloaded. Alright, so let me open this certificate, and yes, it is the same certificate. Okay, so finally the last step is to send this certificate on WhatsApp. And as I have told you earlier that we are going to use Interact application for sending the WhatsApp application, so that is why I am searching for the Interact application, and in the action event, since we want to send the WhatsApp template message, I have selected the same action event. Now simply click on connect, click on add a new connection, and it is asking for the secret key. So from where you can get the secret key? Well, I'm already logged in into my Interact account, so that is why I'm clicking on this hyperlink directly, and it will directly take me to that specific place. Alright, so here you can see I have the secret key. Let me copy the secret key, coming back to Pabbly Connect, paste it here, click on save, and this is how my Interact account will be also connected with Pabbly Connect. Now it is asking for the country code, phone number and full phone number. So firstly, here you will have to read the instructions that, okay, let me take you to the instructions. Important note, it is mandatory to give a value for either full phone number or both phone number and country code. Yes, it is actually the either and or situation. So let's say you have the full number, basically you have the country code as well as the phone number. In that case, you will have to provide the phone number into this particular field, and assume that you have the country code and phone number separately. In that case, instead of providing the number into this particular field, you will have to provide the country code and phone number in the above two fields, in the first two fields. Okay, again, so this is the either and or case. Okay, so currently I have the phone number. Let me check. I have the phone number in which particular format? So basically I have the country code as well as the phone number, so that is why I am going to provide this number into which particular field. Let me show you. I am going to provide the number in this second field, basically into this third field. Okay, so again I am going to map this number, and as I have told you, mapping is very simple. Simply click on this data and let me search for the number, and here we have the number. And here we have one more interesting twist, that is it has clearly mentioned that the country code should be into this particular format. So currently I do not have the number, basically my number is missing with this plus sign. Okay, so how about I provide this plus sign manually? Okay, but what you can do is, whenever you are going to collect the number, whenever you are going to add the number of your students in spreadsheet, that make sure you add the phone number along with the plus sign also, so that you do not have to manually provide this plus sign here. Then you will be able to map the number directly without requiring this plus sign. Okay, asking for the template code name. Okay, before I provide this code name, firstly let me show you what is this template all about. So whenever you want to send the messages via WhatsApp, on WhatsApp, firstly you will have to create a message template, get it approved via Facebook, then only you can send the messages to your customers, to your clients, to your user. Okay, so I will directly take you to the interact application, and here if I will choose this template section, you will be able to see the template library I have, and these templates are provided by the interact only. And if I'll take you to this active section, here you will be able to find those templates which I have created for my use. Okay, so here you can see these are the name of the templates created by, the category, the preview, and finally the review status, basically the approval status. The templates marked with green color are actually the approved, the templates marked with the yellow color are actually the pending, and the templates marked with the red color are the rejected one. Here you can even see the status: approved, pending, rejected. Alright, so how you can create this template and get it approved? Simply click on this create new option. You will have to provide the following details, and this is how you can create the template and get it approved. You will be able to understand when I am going to show you the template which I have created. Okay, so I have created the template named as, okay, let me show you, let me minimize it so that firstly you can see it. Okay, let me go upside, and here I have the certificate of participation. This is actually the approved template. Okay, so let me open this template right in front of you, and here I have provided the name of my template as certification of template. I have provided the English US as the language, and in the header, basically the header is optional, but in this particular case I have selected the document as my header because I want to attach the document into the header. Basically I want to attach the certificate into the header only, and this is the body, basically the content of the message. Now you must be thinking that what are these numbers which I have kept within the curly braces. So whatever the values I want to keep on changing, I have kept those values in the form of variable. And how you can add these variables, basically when you are going to create this template, you will find this add variable option right here. Okay, currently this is the approved template, so that is why those options are not visible. Okay, so hi, and here I will place the customer's name, basically the student's name or the participant's name. Congratulations, we are pleased to inform you that you have successfully completed the dash course. Please find the attached PDF containing your certificate. Hope your significant and successful career in life. Best regards. And here I will write the team name, basically my Pabbly team name. Okay, again footers are optional, buttons are also optional, so I have not included these two into my template. So let me copy the name of my template. Basically it was asking for the code, so from where you can get the template code. So in the URL you will find the name of your template. You will have to copy that particular part. Okay, make sure that you do not include the starting and the ending slash. Okay, coming back here, and I'm going to paste the same template code here, asking for the language code. So here you can read the instructions that if you have selected English as the language, then the code will be EN. If you have selected English US as the language, the code will be EN US. Okay, so let me check that which specific language I have selected for my template. So basically here we have this English US, so that is why this code will appear here. Okay, so I have pasted the same. Now it is asking for the header value. So here exactly into my header I would like to attach my certificate, which will vary as per the participants data. Okay, so again that is why I am going to map this header value, and from where we are going to map this data, remember we have applied this Google Drive step specifically to get the PDF file. So let me directly search for the PDF, and here I have this resolution to export link application/PDF. Okay, so I have provided this header asking for the body variable values. Okay, so this is quite interesting thing. Okay, so this is a very interesting thing. So whatever the variables I have kept into my template, I just have to provide the values of these variables in this particular field. How? Well, the instructions are already given. The head text is already given that if your first data is about the person's name, you will have to provide the name. If the second data is about the phone number, you will have to provide the phone number separated by comma. Okay, so in my case I I'm going to provide the first name. I'm going to provide the value of first variable as the name of the candidate, name of the person. So let me map the name of the person. So here I have the name. Again, as per the instruction, I am going to place a comma, and the second value I am going to provide is the course name. Well, the course name is something which is similar for all the participants, so that is why I am going to provide it manually. Java course it was. And lastly, it is asking for the third variable, which is actually the company name, and company name is something which is not going to change. So again, I am going to provide this data also manually. Okay, so as I have told you earlier in the video, whatever the details I'm going to map here will be replaced automatically, and whatever the details I'm going to provide manually will remain same. Okay, so this is how this automation is going to take place. I have not included any button or the URL, so that is why I will keep both of these fields blank, and now I am going to click on this button finally, and you will see how I will receive a WhatsApp message automatically on the very same person, on the very same number which I have provided here. But currently I have provided this dummy number, so currently I am going to replace this number with my genuine number so that I can show you how the messages can be received. Alright, so I have provided the number, clicking on this button save and send test request, and waiting for the response to receive, basically waiting for the message to arrive here. Alright, fingers crossed, and let me check for this response whether I have received the positive response or not. And here it is asking me for the unauthorization access, so I'll have to check whether I have provided all the details correctly or not. Alright, so I have checked the number. Let me click on this button once again and wait for the response. Well, again the authorization, the unauthorized access it is saying, so I'll have to check. Okay, so this was my template and the language code was actually the English US only. So yes, I have provided the correct language code. So how about I connect the Interact application with Pabbly Connect once again. Alright, so I'll be clicking on this button connect once again, and then I'm going to provide the data once again here. Alright, so I have reconnected this Interact application with Pabbly Connect once again. Let me click on this button once again and wait for the response. Alright, fingers crossed. Well, the response is received. Let me also check the status. Well, message queued for sending. Okay, coming back to my WhatsApp web, and here I'm going to wait for the response, or how about I refresh my WhatsApp web once again. Alright, so after I have refreshed my WhatsApp web, here you can see I have received the very same message. Okay, so here you can see I have that PDF, basically the certificate of PDF. Hi demo participant, congratulations, we are pleased to inform you that you have successfully completed the Java course. And here you can see it is the same variable. This was also the variable which has got replaced automatically. Please find the attached PDF containing your certificate. Hope your significant and successful career in life. Best regards, Pabbly teams. And if I am going to install this particular, I'm going to download this particular PDF right in front of you, you will be able to see that it is the same certificate. All right. And here you can see certificate of completion. Congratulations demo participant, you have successfully completed your 8 weeks Java course 15th January. Okay, I have actually provided the date incorrectly. It should be 15th, but I have added this H. Okay, I'm sorry for that. 15th of January 2023, ABC Training Private Limited. So this is how you can create the certificate automatically and send the certificate automatically. But currently I have created and send only one certificate at a time. How about I want to create the certificates in bulk for all of my participants, and I also want to send those certificates to all the participants number. Okay, currently I have added these dummy numbers, but assume that you have added the genuine number. In that case, how you are going to send it in bulk? Okay, you just need to enable an option that is send all data, and as soon as you are going to enable this particular button, enable this particular option, the certificates will be created automatically and the certificates will be even sent automatically. Let me even show you that currently I have the single certificate into my Google Drive folder, but within few seconds, well, the certificates has been created already right in front of you. So this is how you can entirely automate your certificate creation process. And if I will go back to my WhatsApp web, you will be able to see that all of these certificate has been received on the same WhatsApp number, because currently I just have a single WhatsApp number only. So that is why I have provided the single WhatsApp number manually there. But in your case, if you will map that number, so what will happen, these certificates will get sent on the very same number, basically the number of the participant. Okay, so this is how you can entirely automate your certificate creation and certificate sending process with the help of Pabbly Connect. And you just need to create this automation inside Pabbly Connect once, and after that everything will work in the backend. Pabbly Connect will take care of all the tasks in the backend. You do not have to do anything manually. Simply close Pabbly Connect, sit back and relax. Pabbly Connect will take care of all the tasks in the backend. In this video, I'll show you 4 amazing things that you can automate with Google Slides. So let's discuss these automation ideas one by one. So the very first automation idea I would like to suggest is create slides using Google Sheets data automatically. Yes, it is possible. Assume that you have few data in your Google Sheets, and using that data you want to create a slide. So here you have 2 choices. Either you can copy the data of each row manually and then create slides one by one, or you can entirely automate this process. So what will happen, every time you're going to add the data, the slides will be created automatically using that data. You do not have to do anything manually. Yes, it is possible. For that, we just need to connect to Google Sheets and Google Slides with the help of an automation software. And after that, every time you're going to add the data here, the slides will be created automatically in real time. So if you also want to create this automation, my team has done a very nice automation video on this. Go to my description box and check this amazing video and enjoy the automation. So moving further, I have another automation idea in the list is create slides on Google Form submission automatically. Yes, as soon as someone is going to submit your Google Forms, using that form submission data, the slides can be created automatically. And again, this process will also work in real time. Now you will ask me that where this automation is useful. So assume that you have conducted an online webinar, and whoever is going to attend that webinar, you have promised them to provide a certificate of completion. Okay, so after your webinar is done, you have to create hundreds of certificates for those participants. Okay, so what you can do is you can share a Google Forms with those participants, and as soon as they are going to submit the form, the slides, the certificates will be created automatically. This is how you can make use of these kind of process, these kind of automation in your real life. Okay, so if you also want to create this automation for yourself, I'm going to attach the video for the same into my description box, so you can check that process and create this automation for yourself. Moving further, we have another automation idea in the list is create hundreds of dynamic PDF files or certificates in Google Slides. So in the previous automation, I have suggested to create slides using form submission data in real time. But in this particular case, we are going to learn how you can create certificates in bulk using Google Sheets data. Yes, it is possible. So assume that you have list of your participants in the Google Sheets, and now you will have to create a certificate for each participant in bulk. And not just that, you even have to convert your Google slide file into the PDF format so that it will be easier for you to share that PDF file certificate with each participant in bulk. How you can create this automation? Again, a separate video has been recorded and attached into my description box. So if you will watch that video, complete video, you will be also able to set this automation for yourself. Okay, moving further, we have a very interesting automation idea is create personalized certificates and send on WhatsApp. So assume that you have already created certificate either using form submission data or Google Sheets data into the Google Slides in real time or in bulk automatically. Now, once your certificates are created, how you are going to send those certificates to each participant? Are you going to send those certificates to each participant on their WhatsApp one by one? Then again this automation is for you, because here I am going to teach you, as soon as the form is going to submitted, how the certificates will be created automatically and how the certificates will be even sent on their WhatsApp automatically. Yes, it is possible. I have personally created this automation on this topic. In this video, we will learn how you can automatically send the certificates to your customers on WhatsApp on course completion in Kajabi. So this is my WhatsApp web, and here you can see I was able to create and send an automatic WhatsApp message to my customer along with the certificate attached with this particular message. And here this certificate is actually downloadable, which I can clearly show you. This was the certificate which I have created automatically. All you need to do is to just create a form and embed it at the end of your course, so that on the completion of your course, the customer will submit that form, and as soon as they are going to submit that form, the certificates will be created and automatically sent on the WhatsApp. Let me even show you. Here you can see this is my course. I will preview this particular course and then I will directly take you to the last section of this particular course where I have actually attached this form. Okay, so here you can see this is the last chapter, and as soon as this course will be completed, customer will actually find this particular form. Congratulations, you have successfully submitted and completed your course. Submit your name and email address to receive your certification of completion. And as soon as they're going to submit this form, the certificate will be created automatically in the Google Slides and it will automatically send to the WhatsApp. And here you can see in the Google Slides, I have just created a single template of course completion certificate, and in place of that, the values will be replaced automatically of all the customers, and this is how the certificate will be created here, and it will then send to the WhatsApp. And how did I do that? So basically I have connected all these applications, basically the WhatsApp, the Google Slides and the Kajabi application with the help of Pabbly Connect. It is an amazing integration and automation software, and you can also reach here by typing pabbly.com/connect. I will also attach this link in my description box. Now if you are a new user of Pabbly Connect, you will have to sign up for free. I'm already an existing user, so that is why I'm clicking on signing. And in the free account, you will also get free task to test these kinds of amazing automation. Now click on access now, and this is how you can reach out to the dashboard of Pabbly Connect. And after reaching out to the dashboard, you'll have to click on this blue button, create workflow, and just provide a random name to your workflow, to your automation. Let's say I'm providing the name as send certificates on WhatsApp after the course completion in Kajabi. How about I provide this particular name? You can provide anything. Now click on create and you will actually find two boxes in front of you. Those are actually trigger and action. Trigger means when this happens, action means do this. When this happens, do this. So understand with an example. Whenever a sale happen in a payment gateway application, let's say send an email via Gmail application. And here according to our use case, whenever the course is completed in Kajabi application, or you can say whenever the form is submitted in Kajabi application, automatically generate a certificate via Google Slides application and then send it to WhatsApp application. So this is how we need to always select the applications in which we are setting up an automation, and here we are setting an automation in between Kajabi, Google Slides and WhatsApp. So that is why the first application here will be the Kajabi, and I want whenever the new form is submitted, this automation should trigger. So that is why I have selected the same trigger event. Now the idea here is we are going to connect the Kajabi application with the Pabbly Connect with the help of this webhook URL, and the instruction for the same is already given. And what will happen as soon as the form will be submitted here, the details of the form submission will be captured here automatically, and this is how the automation will take place. So firstly I have copied this webhook URL. Go back to your Kajabi forms, and here firstly I'll show you the form which I have created. So under this marketing option, I have the form solution, basically the Kajabi form solution. All right, and here I have created a form with the name of certificate registration form. Here you can see I have the form name as certificate registration form. Firstly I'm going to show you the embed section of this form. Here you can see if you will go to this embed section, you will actually find an embed code. You just need to copy this particular code, and then you will have to go back to your, basically you'll have to open your products, basically the course which you are selling. Here if I will click on this product section, and here is my course, I will directly go to the last page, basically the last lesson of this particular course. Okay, so I have the last course as this. Let me open that. Here you can see the 10th lesson. Let us edit this lesson, and here exactly you will find an option of editing, basically the source code, basically 2 angular brackets. When you will open these angular brackets, you will find that here I have pasted my form code, basically that embedded code. So this is how you can also embed your form into the last section of your course, and after that you will have to connect your form with the Pabbly Connect. How? Well, we have already opened our form. If I will click on this form details again, you will find an option, basically you will find 3 dots at the top right corner. Again you will have to click on that, and here exactly you will find the webhooks option. Firstly I am going to delete this existing webhook, and here I have copied the new webhook URL, and here I am going to paste this webhook URL and click on save, and this is how your Kajabi forms is actually connected with Pabbly Connect. Now as soon as I am going to submit this particular form, the data will be captured here in the Pabbly Connect, but before that you will have to click on this recapture webhook response once again and read the instructions that log into the application where you have added the webhook URL and do a test submission or record so that the data can be recorded here. So you will have to make a dummy submission here in this particular form. So how about I just provide a dummy detail, something like demo user is the name of the person, or demo@pabblytudes.com is the email address of the person who is actually completing the course or who is interested in receiving the certificate. And here this is the most important thing, that you will have to clearly mention that they should provide the WhatsApp number if they want to receive the certificates on WhatsApp. So here I am going to add a dummy WhatsApp number here. In front of you I am adding this number, but don't worry, I will replace this number with the genuine one when I am going to send the message. Now click on submit, and here you will see the response will be received by Pabbly Connect. Let us wait for the response. All right. And here you can see as soon as I have submitted the data, as soon as I have submitted the form, the details are here. Certificate registration form, phone number, name, email address. So we have all the data, and the presence of this data clearly shows that the first step of our automation is working absolutely fine, which was connecting Kajabi forms with the Pabbly Connect and capturing the data here. Now we want to generate the certificates. For that I'll have to select Google Sites. But before that, firstly I'll take you to the Google Slides where I have created a nice template for my certificate. Here you can see certificate of completion. Congratulations. The student name will appear here. You have successfully completed our 8 weeks Java course, and here the date will appear. So basically I want to create the certificates with the help of automation. So I just want to replace these 2 values in this particular certificate template, and this is how I'm going to generate the certificates. So from where I will get the student name? Well, I have just received the data from the form, so I have the student name. Now I also need this date as well. So from where I'm going to receive this date? Let us check whether we have received any date along with the form submission. No, I have not actually received any date. So for that, before I actually select the Google Slides, here I'll have to fetch the date, and I am going to do that with the help of date and time formatter, which is an amazing feature of Pabbly Connect. And in action event I will directly search for the current date, and it has even several amazing features, but this time I'm going to go with this particular one. Click on connect, and the first thing it will ask for the basic format. So I would like to receive the date in this particular format, basically dd/mm/yyyy. I don't want any time with this particular date. So this is how I am going to fetch the date. Now finally I have the name of the person and I have the date of the person. Now I am going to generate the certificates with the help of this automation. So click on this plus icon, and here you need to search for the Google Slides, and in the Google Slides, basically with the Google Google Slides, we are going to create the certificate. In action event, well, here we are actually creating the presentation. We are creating the certificate from a template. So that is why I will select this particular action event. Now click on connect. Click on add new connection, sign in with Google, provide the access of your Google Slides account, alright. Click on continue, and here you can see the authorization is successful and your Google Slides account will be immediately connected with Pabbly Connect. Now after that, the very first thing it is asking to select the template presentation. So I have the template presentation name as template of course completion certificate. So let us search for the same, and here you can see whatever the slides are available into my Google Slide account have started visible here, but here I am going to select only this particular template. Now it is asking for the title of new presentation. Basically the slide, the certificate which will be created, what should be the name of that certificate? Well, it should be of course something unique. So how about I write something like certificate for, or here I will add the name of the person, and where we have the name, we have the name in the above step which we have received via Kajabi, and I don't need to manually copy this data and paste it here. If you will click on this particular field, you will find the above data here in the drop down. We are going to map the data instead of adding it manually. So here if I'll click on it, it has mapped automatically. And what is the significance of mapping? So whatever the values you will map here will be replaced automatically when this automation will work in the real time. Okay, so let's say some other user is submitting the form, so that data will replace this existing value automatically, and this is how the automation will take place, and this is the power of mapping, power of automation. And the last thing, it is asking for the new presentation location, basically where you would like to store all these certificates. So I want to store all these certificates in my Google Drive folder, and here in my Google Drive I have already created one folder with the name Java course certificates of all students. So I am going to select the same. Well, it has selected automatically already. Okay, Java course certificates of all students. Now finally it is asking for the student name and the date. So basically these are those two variables which I have kept in my template, and it is asking that what value should come in place of these values. So here the person name, basically the customer name should come, so that is why I am going to map the customer name, and here the date should come, and we have received the date from the date and time formatter, remember. Okay, so this is the current date, and if I will click on this button, you will see the magic that a certificate will be added here automatically. Click on this button and wait for the response. And you can see the response is received, going back to my Google Drive folder. Okay, and waiting for the response. How about I refresh my Google Drive? And here you can see we have the certificate with the same name, certificate for demo user. Let us check, and we have provided the same name as certificate for demo user. This name will change automatically as soon as the new certificates will be created. And here we have the certificate. Okay, let us check. Let me open that certificate. And here you can see the certificate of completion. Congratulations demo user, you have successfully completed our 8 weeks Java course 25, basically here this date. Okay, ABC Training Private Limited. So this is how you can also generate the certificate automatically on every form submission. So the second step of our automation is also done. Now we just need to send this data, we just need to send these certificates on WhatsApp. But before that, I'll have to change the permission of this particular certificate from the private to the share with anyone. Okay, so here I can do two things. Either I can directly change the permission of this particular folder. In that case, I don't need to perform extra step for changing the permission of the file. But if for the security reasons I'm not interested in changing the access permission, in that case I am going to add an additional step, and that additional step of Pabbly Connect will change the permission of this particular particular certificate instead of changing the permission of the whole Google Drive folder. So how you can also do that, again click on this plus icon, and here you will have to search for the Google Drive. Okay, let me search for the same. Here is the Google Drive, and in action events, since we want to share the access, so that is why the action event will be, where is the share? Okay, share a file with anyone. Okay, from private to public, it will be from private to public. Okay, click on connect, click on add new connection, click on sign in with Google and provide the access of your Google Drive account. Click on continue, and here you will see your Google Drive account will be also connected immediately with the Pabbly Connect. And now finally it is asking for that specific file ID whose permission you would like to change. So instead of mapping the data from this drop down, firstly I am going to enable this mapping button, removing the existing ID, and then I am going to map the ID of my certificate which I have received in the previous step only. Let me show you where is my previous step. So here we have the previous step of the Google slide. Here you can see this was the Google slide step, and here if you will see the response, we have received a presentation ID also, and I am going to map the same ID here. Okay, and what will happen, every time the new certificate will be created, the new ID will be mapped here automatically. Okay, once I map this particular value, finally I will click on this button and you will see the permission will be also changed. Okay, after clicking on this button, here you can see the responses received and the drive permission, anyone with the link, anyone has been changed. So this step is also done. Finally we are ready to share it on the WhatsApp, and here let me show you one very important thing, that is in this response we have also received the PDF file link. Here you can see export links application/PDF, and here we have the URL of the PDF which we are going to attach in our WhatsApp message. So here you can see it is actually the downloadable link, and this is the same certificate which we have created with the help of automations. For now I am going to close it and let's proceed further, and here as the last step we are going to add WhatsApp Cloud API. Okay, and what is this WhatsApp Cloud API? Well, you cannot actually send the WhatsApp messages directly. You need a dedicated software for sending the WhatsApp messages, and here I am going to use this WhatsApp Cloud API, which is the official API of WhatsApp which Facebook has launched. Okay, and here action event will be the send template message, and don't worry, I'll show you everything from the scratch, that how you can reach out to the WhatsApp Cloud API or how you can perform the automation. So firstly you will have to type developers.facebook.com in your browser and press enter, and this is how you will reach out to the website of Meta. Well, it is actually the website of Facebook only, basically the website of WhatsApp Cloud API, and I already have an account and I'm also logged in, so it is clearly showing that my apps, and as soon as I'm going to click here I will reach out to the dashboard. And after reaching out to the dashboard, basically after setting up an account in WhatsApp Cloud API, the very first thing you will have to do is to create an app and then generate a permanent token. Why permanent token? Because for the connection it will definitely ask you the token. Okay, and here you can see I have created several apps, so that is why I'm not going to create the app from the scratch, but I have attached a video in my description box for your reference if you're not sure how you can create an app. Okay, so you'll have to create an app and then generate a permanent token, then you can come back to this video, and once you will create an app you will find your app here. You will have to open your app, and in the left hand side you will find an option of WhatsApp. Click on getting started, and here we have all the details, basically the phone number ID. Here you can see the phone number ID. Again I'm going to copy and paste it here, phone number ID, and the last thing it is asking for the WhatsApp business account ID. Again I'm going to copy and paste it here, and here it is asking for the token. Well, instead of adding the permanent token I will use this temporary access token, but make sure that you do not use this temporary access token, because because it will expire in 23 hours. Okay, I am creating this automation just to show you that how connections can be made. So that is why I am using this temporary token. But if you are actually sending the genuine messages, you will have to generate the permanent token. And as soon as you will click on the save, your WhatsApp Cloud API account will be also connected with Pabbly Connect. And firstly, it is asking to select the template name. Well, whenever you want to send a WhatsApp message to your customer, to your user, to your client, firstly you will have to create a message template, get it approved via Facebook, and then only you can actually start initiating the conversation with your customer. So firstly, I'll take you to the WhatsApp Cloud API account. Here under the step 2 option, you will find an option of here. You will have to click on that link, and here exactly you will find several message templates which I have created into my WhatsApp Cloud API account, and I have actually created them and get them approved. You can even check that the status of these templates are actually active. And here I will show you the template which I have created for sending the certificates. Okay, so the name of my template is actually participation certificate. And in case you're not sure how you can create a template, again you can find a relevant video on our channel for the same, or I will also attach it in my description box. And here is the button of creating the template. Firstly, I'll show you my message template, and from here also you can actually learn how you can create the template. So here, this is the name of my template. The language I have selected is English. Here is the header. Well, in my message template, I have attached a document in my header, but in case you want to attach any video, any image, or if you also want to attach any text along with your message, you can also do the same. For now, I will keep it as media only, and from here you can actually preview your message. And after the header, here is the body content, basically the message which you would like to send. Okay, so this is the same message which I am going to send, and here in my message you must be noticing these numbers within the curly braces. So these are actually the variables. Basically these are same variables which we have kept in our certificate also. Basically this will work in the same manner. Okay, these value will replace automatically when this automation will work in the real time. So whatever the values I want to keep on changing, I have kept it in the form of variable. You can add as many as variables you want from this particular button. So this is my message. In case you want to attach any footer, any button, you can also do the same, but these are optionals and these were actually not required, so I have not added any of these stuff. And here, once you will create a template, do not forget to provide the samples. Samples are just the values, basically the random value, the sample content which will come in place of these variables. Basically we are telling the system that what values will come in place of these variables. Okay, it's as simple as that. And after the creation, you will have to submit this template for the approval, and it might take a few hours or maybe 48 hours maximum for the approval. Now I am going to copy this message template, go back to Pabbly Connect, and here I am going to select the same message template. And here you will see, as soon as I will change the message template, here the below fields will be also changed automatically. Basically here I have 1, 2, 3 variables. All right, let me show you. 1, 2 and 3 variables, and 1 is for the document. So here you will see that these fields will be appeared automatically. Okay, here you can see the header document URL. This is the same document header. Okay, this is the file name, and body field 1, 2, 3 are actually those 3 variables. So we are going to map the data here one by one. Keep these 2 things as it is. You do not have to do anything. Now it is asking for the recipient mobile number. Again, I am going to map the number from here. Let us search for the number. Okay, so we have the number as this, and here in front of you I am mapping this dummy number, but don't worry, I will replace this number with the genuine one, and I'll show you that how the message will be arrived. Okay, and make sure when you will provide the number, it should be in this particular format. Okay, basically with country code and without plus sign. And here I would like to give a tip to you that when you are collecting this WhatsApp number of your customer, you should actually mention in your form that they should provide the number in this particular format only. So that will be easier for you to map that customer's number here. All right. Now it is asking for the header document URL. So remember, we have just received the PDF URL in the previous step. So I am going to map the same URL here. How about I directly search for that link with the help of PDF, and here we have the /PDF. All right. Second thing, it is asking for the file name. So how about I write something like certificate of, and here I will map the name of the person. Okay, I have mapped in a name also. Now it is asking for the final name customers, basically the customer's name. And what is the second field? So firstly, I'm going to map the name. Then I will check what is the second field all about. So we have the second field as congratulations. We are pleased to inform you that you have successfully completed the dash. Basically, they have completed the course. Well, if you want, you can write something manually also here, because this value will not be changed. Okay, we are actually okay if this value will not change. Okay, so Java programming course, how about I write something like this. Okay, and the last thing, it is asking for the body field 3, that is the team name. So you can provide anything. So how about I provide something like ABC training only. So I will provide the same company name basically. Okay, so I have added all the details. Now finally, firstly I will open my WhatsApp web and I am going to delete this existing message from here. Okay, and then I will click on this button. Okay, here you can see it has been deleted. Okay, then I will click on this button, save and send test request, and wait for the response. Okay, I have just forgot to provide the genuine number. So firstly I'll have to delete this. Okay, so just to show you how the messages can be received on WhatsApp, I have removed the mapping and manually provided the number, basically my number. Okay, waiting for the response once again, and yes, the response has been received, and here the message is also arrived. Hi demo user, congratulations. We are pleased to inform you that you have successfully completed the Java programming course. Please find that -PDF contain your certificate. Hope your significant and successful career in life. Best regards, ABC training team. And here we have the certificate. Well, I'm not going to download the certificate. Okay, I'll download it for you, no problem. Okay, let us check whether the certificate is actually same or not. And yes, the certificate is also the same. So this is how now onwards, as soon as the person will complete the course, they will receive that form, and whenever they are going to submit that form, the certificates will be created automatically, and it will then send automatically via WhatsApp, basically on WhatsApp. And for that, you just need to set up this automation inside Pabbly Connect just once. I'm repeating this again. You need to set this automation inside Pabbly Connect just once, and after that everything will work in the backend. Pabbly Connect will take care of all the tasks in the backend. In this video, I will show you how to automatically create Google Slides presentation from Notion database. So what will happen, every time I will add some details into the Notion database item, our automation will automatically pick those details, and using those details, a slide will be generated automatically into our Google Slides application, and the same slide will get sent automatically to the same person whose details I have mentioned into the Notion database item. So if you also want to automate the process of slide creation, then come with me and I will show you how you can set this automation for yourself. Now to automate this process, I'll have to integrate Notion, Google Slides and Gmail application, and I'm going to do that with the Pabbly Connect. It is an integration and automation software, and I'm an existing user of Pabbly Connect, so here you can see I am already logged in. You can also create your free account in just 2 minutes from this sign up free button, and in the free account you will also get free tasks to test this automation. And once you will reach to the dashboard, simply click on this blue button, that is create workflow, and firstly provide a random name to your workflow, to your automation. Okay, so So I have provided this name. Basically I have pasted this name as generate Google Slides from Notion automatically. Now click on create and then you will notice two boxes in front of you. Okay, so these are actually trigger and action. So here trigger means when this happens and action means do this. I repeat, whenever this happens then automatically do this. Try to understand with an example also. Let's say whenever a sale happen in a payment gateway application, then automatically send an email via Gmail application. So this is how you need to always select the applications in which you are building an automation. According to our use case, whenever I am adding any new data into the Notion application, then using that data automatically generate a slide into the Google Slides application, then automatically send the very same slide via Gmail application. Okay, so let me select the application. So here I am going to search for the Notion first. All right. After selecting the application, we will choose a trigger event, that is new database item. Okay, you can also read the instructions here that this will trigger when a new item is created in our database. Okay, so what will happen? Firstly, we will integrate Notion with the Pabbly Connect so that Pabbly Connect can capture the details of Notion database. Okay, so simply click on this connect button, then click on add a new connection, click on connect with Notion, and then you will have to provide the access of your Notion application. Well, I am already logged in, so I don't need to provide the access. I am going to provide the permission directly here. And make sure you also provide the access of those pages in which you are about to update the information. So here I have created the page with the name Kids Care. So I have selected that specific page. Or how about I provide the permission to all the pages. Now simply click on allow access, and this is how your Notion application will be connected with Pabbly Connect. Here you can see authorization is also successful. Okay, now after the connection is done, you will have to provide the database ID. So whatever the databases I have created inside my Notion application have started visible here. Let me even show you that. So here you can see I have this Kids Care School and this task details page created. Okay, and the same pages are visible inside our Pabbly Connect's dashboard. Okay, and in this case I'm going to select this Kid Care School pages because I have created this specific page in order to create the slides. All right, and once it is selected, simply click on this button save and send test request, and you will see that the details of your Notion database items will be captured via Pabbly Connect. So here we have the registration number, we have the participant name, we have the email address, competition name and date of participation, and all these information are visible, are available inside our Pabbly Connect dashboard as well. So here you can see we have this registration number and it is the same registration number. We even have the name of the student, the email address of the student, and we have other details also. Okay, so the presence of this data clearly shows that the connection in between Pabbly Connect and Notion application is working absolutely fine. Now I'm going to send the same data into the Google Slides application so that using those details I can create a presentation. Okay, so before I selected the Google Slides application here, let me first to show you I have created this template with the name participation certificate template, and in this template whatever the details I want to keep on changing automatically, firstly I'm going to add those details into the form of variable. So how you can add the variables? You just need to add two curly braces and simply provide a value here. So let's say I provide the name something like student name. Okay, so what will happen, this student name will be replaced automatically when this automation will work in real time. All right, this spelling is incorrect, so let me correct the same. Now here I want that whatever the competition name is there, the name of that competition should replace automatically. So how about I add this specific information also into the form of variable? So yes, I have added the same thing into the form of variable, and it should be something like the event name. All right, so this is also done. And lastly, I want that the date should be also replaced. So here I'm going to add another variable, that is the third variable of this template, and it should be date of participation. Okay. Lastly, if you also want to add the current date, you can also keep this value into the form of variable. So how about I give the name something like current date. Alright, so once you have created a certificate template and provided the variables, come back to Pabbly Connect, and then you will have to connect to this Google Slides application with Pabbly Connect. Before that, choose an action event, something like create presentation from template, because in this particular case we are about to create the presentation using a template only. So that is why I have selected the same. Now simply click on connect, simply click on add new connection, and then sign in with Google. Basically you will have to provide the access of your account in which you have created your template. Well, I have already connected with my Google Slides with the Pabbly Connect, so how about I go with this existing connection, and you can also go with the existing connection once you have built this connection in the first time. Okay, so here you can see the authorization is successful and my Google Slides application is connected with the Pabbly Connect. And since we are connected, here you can see whatever the templates I have created into my Google Slides application have started visible here. And in this case I'm going to select this participation certificate template, because using the same template we are going to generate lots of certificates, lots of presentation. Okay, now it is asking for the title of new presentation. So I want that the registration number of the person and the name of the participant should be the name of our certificate. So how about I provide these two details, basically the combination of these two details. So from where I'm going to provide these details, remember we have just captured the data into the response of our first step, and I don't even need to manually copy this data and paste it here. I'm going to map it, and mapping is very simple inside Pabbly Connect. You just need to click on this particular field and you will find the same data here in the drop down. Now simply search for your data. So here I'm going to search for the registration number of the person. Okay, so here we have the registration number of the student, and after that I will provide a space and then I will provide the name of the student, which was something like the demo student. Alright, so make sure that you always search for those things in this particular search bar. Okay, so here I'm going to search for the name of the student, and here we have the name of the student, that is demo student. Well, it is just a random name. Okay, so this is going to be the new presentation name, that is P101 demo student. And now you must be thinking that what is this mapping? So whatever the details you want to keep on changing, automatically you'll have to map those details. And just in case if you are going to provide any detail here manually like this, that detail will remain same. So I repeat, whatever the details you want to keep on changing, automatically make sure that you map those details. Okay, so basically what will happen, whenever you will add the data of the new person, firstly Pabbly Connect will capture those details inside its dashboard, and then that new detail will replace these existing values which I have mapped into this specific field. Okay, further it is asking for the location of the presentation, basically whatever the slide, whatever the presentation we are about to create, where exactly it should create. So here you can see into my Google Drive I have created lots of folder, and I have specifically created this all latest files and designs. Basically I want that all the presentation, all the certificates of the students should be saved into this specific folder. So I'm going to select the same folder, that is all latest files and designs. So here you can see all the name of the folders are visible here since we are connected, and I have also selected that specific location. Okay, now it is asking for the event name, date of participation, current date, and the student name. So basically these are the same thing which we have kept in the form of variable, and as soon as I'm going to provide the details into these specific fields, the details will be updated automatically inside our Google Slides application, and this is how a presentation will be generated automatically. Okay, so from where exactly I'm going to provide this event name, remember we have mentioned this data into the Notion database item. So let me search for the event name, or maybe the competition name. It was the drawing competition. Alright, so I have provided the same. Asking for the date of participation, so let us also map the date, which was 2023 4th of April. Okay, so again, sorry, it is 3rd of April. All right, so I have mapped this date as well. Asking for the current date. Well, into my Notion database item, into this specific table, I have not added any current date. So how we are going to fetch this current date? Well, Pabbly Connect offers an amazing feature of date and time formatter. Using that specific feature, you can perform various kinds of operation inside your dates, within your dates. Okay, so you will have to add one more extra step before this Google Slides application step. Okay, and search for the date and time formatter feature, and in the action event we will search for the current date. So here you can see I have searched for the current date. Now simply click on this connect button and you will see the date and time formatter will be connected immediately. Now you just need to provide the format of the date in which you would like to receive the date. So I would like to receive the date into this DDMMYYYY format. So I have selected the same, and I don't want any time response into my date, so I have kept it false. Now simply click on this button, that is save and send test request, and you will see that I will receive automatically the current date. So let me show you. Today is 25th of April and we have received the same date inside our response, into our response. Okay, and now I am going to map this specific date in place of this particular value. But if I'll click on this particular field, you will see that most recent step is not visible here. So basically either I will have to refresh this automation, but if I'll refresh this automation, you will see that the same step will be removed because currently it is not saved. So let me show you an interesting trick. You just need to click on this connect button and then click on the save button once again. This is how your automation will be refreshed automatically and your recent step data will be also visible here. Okay, so let me show you this once again. If you will click on this particular field, you will find the data here. Okay, so now I'm going to map this current date. Lastly, it is asking for the student name, so let me search for the name, and remember I have provided the name something like demo student. All right, so I have provided all the details, but before I click on this button, that is save and send test request, how about I open the folder, and here you can see currently this folder is blank, and I'm going to click on this button and you will see the magic that a presentation, a slide, or you can say a certificate will be generated automatically using the very same detail which I have provided into my Notion database item. Okay, so here you can see a slide has been created automatically, and if I will open this slide in front of you, you will see the details has been replaced, and here the name of the student is appear, the current date is also placed automatically, the competition name is also here, and we have the date of the participation as well. Okay, so this is how you can automatically generate the slides. Now another step is we want to send the very same slide to the participant, and the email address of the participant is already mentioned inside our Notion. Okay, so how I am going to do that? Simply click on this plus icon and then you will have to search for your Gmail application. All right, so let me search for the same. This is the Gmail application, and just like I have connected Notion and Pabbly Connect, and then further Google Slides and Pabbly Connect, now I'm going to connect this Gmail application with the Pabbly Connect. All right, in the action event, you'll have to select this send email option. Simply click on connect, then click on add a new connection, and then you will have to provide the access of your Gmail account. And again, I have already provided this connection, so I will go with the existing connection only. And once it is connected, you just need to provide the details one by one, and this is how the mail will get sent automatically. So firstly, it is asking for the recipient email address, and remember, as I have already told you, that you don't need to manually copy the data. Simply click on this particular field and you will find the above data here in the drop down. Let me search for the email address, and here we have the email address, that is demo@pabblytudes.com, asking for the CC and BCC. So I'm going to leave this extra fields blank. Okay, asking for the sender name, so this is something important. So let's say I provide the sender name something like Pabbly, asking for the email subject line. So here I will keep the subject line something like hey, and here I will place the name of the student, that is demo student. Okay, hey demo student, your certificate is ready. Okay, How about I go with this particular subject line? Now it is asking for the reply to email content type. Well, we will keep the plain email only. Now it is asking for the email content. So here I'm going to compose an email something like hello demo student, and here instead of providing the name of the student manually, I will map it, then place a comma, place enter, and here you can find your certificate colon, and here I will have to provide the URL of that certificate so that students can easily download that certificate from the email itself. Okay, so from where I'm going to add this URL. Okay, so let me first show you the response of our Google Slides application, which was this, that is Google Slides. Okay, and if I will show you the response of this particular application, you will see we do not have received any URL. So from where I'm going to add the attachment URL, so let me show you a very interesting thing. I have this URL, basically I have this link inside my notepad which I'm going to attach into the description box. You need to just copy this link and you just need to replace this particular presentation ID. I repeat that you just need to replace this presentation ID, and whatever the ID of the presentation you are going to add here, from this particular link you will be able to download that specific file. Okay, so how about I copy this particular presentation ID, and in front of you I'm going to place the same ID here, and then I'm going to open the very same URL into a new tab, and you will see how this slide is actually a downloadable file now. Okay, here you can see we have this file, that is P101 demo student. Alright, so this is how you can make a downloadable link. Okay, so firstly I will suggest you to copy this particular link and then paste it here, that is in place of the attachment URL. Let me show you. Alright, so this is the colon, that is here you can find your certificate and paste the very same link here. Or let me suggest you one more thing, instead of providing the URL here, you can also place it in place of this attachment field. Okay, so let me do the same. Here I'm going to paste this file name, basically the file URL, and in place of this ID I'm going to map the ID from my previous response. Alright, so I have firstly deleted it, and then I'm going to map the presentation ID from the previous step response. Okay, so I have mapped the same, and this is how a unique URL has been generated, and via this particular URL anyone can easily download the files. It is also asking for the file name, so I would like to keep some unique names. So how about I again provide the registration number and the name of the person, basically the combination of these two things. Okay, so this is my presentation name, basically the registration name. I'm sorry for that. Simply give a space and then map the name of the person, which was demo student. So I think I have provided all the important details. How about I directly click on this button, and then I will show you an email will be arrived automatically, and this is going to be the same presentation. Okay, so let me click on this button, save and send test request, and wait for the response. Alright, so here you can see a response is received, which is clearly saying that the mail has been sent. Come back to my Gmail account and let me refresh and wait for that email to be arrived. And here you can see the email is arrived, and if I will open this email in front of you, this is the same subject line, that is hey demo student, your certificate is ready. Hello demo student, you have participated in drawing competition, and here you can see the same slide has been received as an attachment along with this particular email, and it is the same slide, and the name of the student has been replaced, the drawing competition name is also placed here, and even the date are also added here automatically. So this is how now onwards, every time you are going to add any detail here into your Notion, the certificates will be generated automatically using the same data, and the same certificate will even get sent automatically to the same person. But for this you will have to wait for at least 10 hours. Sorry, it should be 8 hours. Why? Because the trigger here is the polling based, and this trigger will check for the new data in every 8 hours. So what will happen, every time the details are updated, you will have to wait for 8 hours. But after that, the certificates will be generated surely and automatically. You just need to set this automation inside Pabbly Connect to once. After that, sit back and relax because Pabbly Connect will take care of all the tasks in the backend. You do not have to do anything manually. Simply set this automation once and simply add the details here and get your certificates delivered to your students automatically. Just in case if you want to access this automation inside your Pabbly Connect account, I will also attach the link of my workflow into the description box. You just need to click on this link and sign up into the Pabbly Connect, and then you will be able to access this particular automation, this particular workflow inside your Pabbly Connect account, that too for free. Not just these applications, you can integrate multiple applications and automate your business with Pabbly Connect. You can ask your queries at forum.pabbly.com. My team will surely answer to your questions. This is the website of Pabbly Connect, and for the latest updates of Pabbly Connect and unique automation ideas, you can join our Facebook group, that is formget.deals. If you have found this video helpful in any way, share it with your friends and colleagues and also help them to automate their business. Like, share and subscribe. Thank you for watching this video.